So you wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knox got loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the money nice than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
I've never noticed how long that song like trails.
Yeah, it trails a lot.
I don't think I've ever noticed that. Hey, what's up, guys? For those of you that haven't tuned over yet, well, you're missing the beginning, obviously. But for those of you that try to watch on Facebook, this is your only option today. So,
sorry,
get over it. You know, technology's a bitch sometimes. And
Facebook's been dumb anyway for me. Like the last 2 days, even. Just it's been buggy for me.
Guess it's time for Elon Musk to buy it.
Oh God,
he can right the wrong.
How many social media platforms can he destroy?
I want it to. No.
Is
No.
Twitter not a happier place now?
No. Twitter is hysterical right now, though.
It is kind of funny.
All the people buying the blue check marks as famous people, but they're not the actual famous people.
And they're fucking with the stock market real hard.
my God. Dude, there's been companies lose like 20% on their stock prices due to like people like
Hey
outrageous
guys, this is
tweets.
Elon Lilly. We're going to give away all the insulin for free now.
Yeah.
Stock market down 40%.
Oh yeah, Lily was pissed.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I mean, it's not good really, but at the same time.
I love the chaos.
The chaos is fun.
I'm kind of anti-corporate, so I love the chaos. That's fun.
I mean, I do too, but there is a point where, like, you know, if too many stock crashes happen at once, we've done that before. I prefer that not happen again.
The good thing is,
guys like us, we're not in the stock market.
No.
It doesn't fucking matter.
And
to
the
us.
good thing
No, but
is-
if everything crashes to the point the cost of bread's $100, I'm gonna get skinny real
because
fucking quick.
Because Twitter doesn't work.
yeah. No, see, the good thing is if there's a run on the banks, we all have to have money in the bank to actually have a bank
point.
run.
Yeah.
So nowadays, we don't
safe.
have to worry about that. We're good. This isn't the 20s.
What is money?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're starting to burn.
I got a piece
You
of
don't
plastic
know.
in my car, and that's what my money looks
You're
like.
in the
apparently.
process of starting a brick and mortar brewery. You don't know what money is right now. It's that thing that comes in and out.
We're
real quick.
bootstrapping it, so yeah, it's like, here's $5.
$5 in, $20
Buy
out.
3 glasses
This
of
isn't
that.
working. Welcome to the Two Beerded Guys. You should have heard us when we weren't live. If you think this is going to be fun, you missed the good shit.
Yeah, we haven't even started drinking yet. We're off to a good start before the show.
It is time for I hope a great lineup with Brandon coming on today and him graciously swapping with our scheduled guest, Nicole, who, by the way, John, is the first person?
Absolutely, like the best guest we've never had. Because she's like, I really can't make it, so I'm going to book my own sub.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Brandon's supposed to be on next week. Hey, Brandon, can you switch me? Like, that is just... I want all guests to be like that from now on. Oh, I'm canceled, but I already got you a new guest. You're good.
Russell says YouTube is not showing the live.
What the
or
fuck?
online. Click on...
Oh, that's weird.
Glad we riffed on that.
We had such a good starting riff.
I don't even fucking know.
Go back.
That's not here. That way I can try to. It says it's live here. It's just.
Click there.
Shows it live here.
That's not here. That way I can try to. It says it's live here. It's just click there.
So, tell him to... I don't know. Russell...
Yeah, like I'm checking myself out there.
Yeah, you were.
I like it. The delay allows me to right the wrongs.
Is it actually? Is it just audio or is it video?
There's video.
This video.
Okay.
I'm watching Brandon and I awkwardly try to watch you guys figure this shit out.
All right. Well.
Wow, it is. There is a long delay. Like I knew there was a
Like I
delay,
slid in off
but
the
damn.
Yeah, so... Who knows if shit's working
Brett just
today.
commented.
Yeah.
And Brett says we're on.
Okay.
Yeah, Brett says he gives thanks for being able to watch us and hear the dulcet tones of off-screen Matt. Have a great show.
Clearly.
Dulcet tones. Nice.
And Two Bearded Guys says Facebook sucks.
Sure does. Oh. Russell had to restart his phone.
The plague of tech issues continues to
My
the end
God.
user now.
It's all going to shit. What it is. I'm ready for beer.
1 second. We got messages on our post online about not being on Facebook. So I'm telling people to switch to YouTube real quick.
I'll make a post too.
Yeah, this is kind of entertaining.
Yeah. God damn.
Who needs to drink when we just have technology? Oh wait,
That's
No,
what
that's
draws
why
more. All right. So as always, we kicked it off with our anticipated beer. Matt, what are you looking forward to?
I'm actually gonna go with the Fremont barley wine.
The
Cause
13th anniversary barley wine.
yeah, because Martin House is the only stout, and they're hit or miss. So come on, Fremont.
Come on, Fremont. You can tell what Matt loves, and it is not every other beer that we drink.
Tyler responded to Carrie's Facebook only tonight, and I had to respond YouTube only tonight.
Did I say Facebook?
You sure did.
Fuck me.
It's going smooth. Great show.
I think I meant to say no Facebook tonight. I just
only Facebook.
How about you, John? What are you anticipating over there?
Oh God, buddy.
Just alcohol?
Are we at that point yet? Like, have we reached that point of the show?
what that we're anticipating?
Yeah.
Yes, we had a whole intro earlier.
Oh,
It was well
I don't know. I've been
orchestrated.
distracted.
I know. I haven't looked. Sorry.
There's tonight should be fire. I'm gonna go because I did not have that temptation that River North one. I asked the guy that Russian River. I asked the guy at Russian River what his favorite was, and he said that one. So I'll go with that.
That did sound interesting.
Asian Chardonnay barrel, is that what I said?
Brandon, what about you?
I'm going with the Chardonnay barrel one. I don't even know what's down here.
No hesitation either. You were ready for that.
I feel pretty confident.
I'm gonna have to go with the Bourbon County's caramel from 2020.
Ooh.
So we're breaking it out. It's set for 2 years. It's time to break it out and see what kind of fire we got going. Because it was
I didn't realize
solid
it was that
originally. It was solid originally. I can't wait to see what it's done now.
Oh no! See, I should have looked further down the line. It's fine. I'm gonna stick to my guns.
Brett also says he's actually going to enjoy seeing Tyler too.
So our good friend Jim, who has been tuning into the show recently, he usually tunes in, comments towards the end to make fun of me in some way. His son I babysit every once in a while, and he literally was just, I told him to switch to YouTube. He's like, I'll ask Evan how to do it.
If you were started watching YouTube at the very beginning, like we stopped the broadcast so we could try to figure out Facebook, and it seems like those who had it pulled up, that first one, are reporting it's not working. So
'cause
they
it
have to
killed.
refresh. They have to, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not working, get off. But if you can hear
can't-
this,
yeah,
it
then it's
clearly is working. So we're having our first beer now because I don't really give a shit at this
Learning
point.
experience.
Technical difficulties.
This is DAB, Dortmunder Action Brewery. Dortmunder Export, the original style from Germany. This is a beer that is a German lager brewed with the finest German hops and barley in accordance with the German beer purity law.
Now wait, we've already had like the original German thing, didn't we? Like a week or two ago.
Dude,
How
I
many-
buy all the German beer I can find.
How many
so-
original ones are there? Is this all, like?
Well,
that-
this is an original style. This is their original style. The original style from Germany, the Dortmunder.
Okay, I'm.
But is this the original Dortmunder?
See,
I don't
thank
really
you.
know anymore.
That's what I thought it could be like Highlander. There
From
could be
like
only one, right?
1482?
The Germans are really smart. They all claim original because, you know, my guess is whoever actually made the original got killed at some point, so they just all claim it.
Just like Highlander. Yeah.
There can be
All the
only
beers get
one.
together in one room, start swinging a sword. Last beer standing, man. Russell says he finally got on. It's a good load.
Yeah, sorry.
About time, Russell.
Ugh. I'm ready
Yeah,
for
I'm
beer.
making him drink out of a Books and Brews glass.
Perfect.
I
You
just
see
had to
what
be a
I'm
handle.
drinking out of, John?
My,
Your chalice.
that's why we're fucking cursed. You cursed us by choosing my chalice.
Got his grubby mitts on your chalice.
God
I've
damn
drank
it.
out of this thing many times.
God damn it.
Look at that beautiful clarity.
It's gorgeous.
That is just.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That is super clean. That's got a nice nose.
Shocker.
Smells well.
A German beer with only 4 ingredients is clean and clear.
You know, they probably should change the name of that law, though. Because, you know, every time
Purity?
times they've tried to do purity things.
I
it's
was
gone poorly.
going to make that joke 3 minutes ago, and I was like, "This is not the place."
He thought better of it.
Yeah, I was like, purity law is surprising in Germany. And then it was, damn it, stealing my thunder.
Oh, no, I thought about it a while, too. The only difference, I thought about it. You swallowed it. I went for
You
it.
had one sip of beer and your filter just was like clang, 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 clang across the floor. Oh, here it goes.
He didn't spit that one. He swallowed it. I mean,
That is, Cam. That is a clean, crisp, fantastic beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little more hoppy than some
That's
of the
okay. Little
other
hop
lagers we've
character.
had, but I really like that because it still has the bready body. It's not that Pilsner style,
Right.
hoppiness where it's that more crisp. Still has that little bit of pillowy body, nice lager body with a little bit of that, just a little bit of hoppiness. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
I enjoy this too.
It's refreshing amount.
it's very, yes.
Yeah.
But Matt hate hops though.
I saw this at Total Wine, and of course, that's one of my favorite parts of Total Wine is the single European, international beers. I literally go into that section, and I'm just like, yep. I'll bring everything here, and it'll literally be like a 6-pack of stuff from the United States, 3 6-packs of European and Asian and you name it beers.
That's how I feel about the Sapporo cans. When I go to like a fancy Meyer that has them.
Yes.
Yes, why not? I would like 20 ounces of a Japanese rice lager.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Evidently, Brett just got off. Congratulations. I know it's been a while. Oh, you mean off work. My bad.
Congratulations, I know it's been a while.
Was it with someone else this time?
Probably not. He's married, remember?
If so, we don't need to be airing it on television.
I'm sure my brother hates me. It's fine. No. But I'm telling you, this is a fantastic beer.
There's not much other ways to describe it. It's got, like you said, it's bready, a little bit hop character, a little bit of lingering bitterness, not much at all. It's clean, refreshing.
Just a reminder on how we score it is on the untapped quarter increments. So, because we don't pay for that shit. We ain't doing the 0.1. I ain't paying for that shit on untapped.
I feel that way when the reviews come in. I'm always like, oh, a 0.3.
Somebody takes themselves way too seriously.
Somebody contributed $5 to the untapped.
I got an email about that when they first started doing it. I literally looked at it and went, no. But
In case you want to really hammer out how much you dislike or like something.
although we have
Introducing
had
tenths
some
of a
beers,
decimal.
we have had some beers I wouldn't have minded giving a 0.1.
I feel that.
3 is a perfectly average beer for us because we like craft breweries, so we didn't want a 2.5, which is dead middle on the scores. That's bullshit. 3 is a perfectly average beer. We like breweries too much. Above 3, above average. Shocker. 4 or higher, seek out. That means not only is it really, really fucking good, wherever this beer is, I'm going to find it some way, somehow, someplace.
Sometime.
Some amount, whatever. 4, 7, 5, and 5 on those are not only are we seeking them out, that's like tingling your jingles. That hits the spot. Under 3 is below average, but that 2 to 3 range, a lot of core beers at local breweries can end up in that. Still very drinkable, still has a good reason to be there, just maybe missing something, maybe not what's on the can's not in the can, etc., etc. Under 2, that 1 to 2, I purchased it, or it was given to me, so I'm drinking it, fuck it, it's in my hand. We're not wasting beer, there are sober kids in Africa. Under 1, though, that is straight up drain pour. I don't care who's sober anywhere. It's probably going down the drain.
Can you make us a t-shirt?
There are sober kids in Africa.
Sober kids.
That's the second entry in the Two Beerded Guys merch.
Don't drain pour. There's sober kids in Africa. Woo! Woo!
Between that and the purity laws, we're off to a
Great
stellar
start.
start.
$10 says if you made a cool design for that, we'd be able to sell a shit ton
I
of pre-orders on
guarantee
that one.
I guarantee it.
Brett says went right instead of left.
I see what he did there. Damn.
Anyway, so
Ultra right.
we then take the 3 average, the scores from the 3 people on camera is averaged, and that becomes the Two Beerded Guys score. Matt, behind the camera, does most of the time get to tell us what his score is when we remember to ask, but he still doesn't count. He matters. He just doesn't count.
Yay.
With that being said, John, kick us off. Give us our first score.
this one is going to be the perfect example of, like, for me, a 4.5 and what a 4.5 is. It's a great, almost perfect beer. It's just not it's not tingling on my jingles, but I'm not going to mark it down any less, so 4.5.
Based on the framework that we utilize for the what's good, seeking out and things, I would probably give this I need decimal points.
You can pay us
Then
$5.
you can pay for it, motherfucker.
I'm gonna go. Here's a 5. I'm gonna probably go 4.25. Just trying to stay within the framework, because it's not something that I'll seek out. Which is getting up there.
Let's seek out as a 4.
I know I would, but if I see it here, I will.
It's
grab
one of
it.
those where he's not necessarily thinking about it's good enough it deserves it to be there.
I'll look for it in the export section.
He's not driving to Germany.
Right.
That's fair.
That's why I was trying to come and strike a balance between like
our
tickling
caveat.
the jingles and like 4. Yeah, this is good. So 4.25.
And the caveat that we did, if it's not your style, but you would look, or you're going to get that style, would you get this?
I'm going to give it a 4.25 as well. So we'll be a 4.25 average. Fantastic beer. Very clean, very crisp. If you like a good craft lager and you see this giant-ass green can, fucking buy it.
Yeah.
With football players on the back.
No, that is soccer.
It's football.
That is soccer. You live in the United States of America.
Where the
That
beer
is
comes
soccer.
Beer won the war.
Just so we could call it soccer.
Speaking of, Russell says we need to field a soccer team for the World Cup so we can win all the Budweiser.
I heard the Ecuador fans were chanting today because they were whooping on Qatar, however you say it.
Shocker.
They were chanting, "We want beer."
Well, that's the thing is they're not allowing beer except in the rich seats. From what
Oh
I
yeah,
hear.
yeah, like the sweets and stuff. They get beer.
But nobody else is allowed beer, and it's hilarious because people are pissed.
Including Budweiser.
Yeah, but people who spent thousands of dollars to travel, go to this game, da 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 da.
Never mind the fact that we just whipped and killed a bunch of slaves to build the freaking place. So like,
Well,
Yeah.
we did. That was
We're
FIFA
gonna-
and
was the-
Qatar.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's FIFA and Qatar. But then it was
Take
But
less
like,
than
listen,
that, so it's
listen,
not
that didn't affect them.
no. But
They
goddamn
needed
it,
goddamn beer though.
my
They need a
liquid gold.
Budweiser.
You take my liquid gold, and then we gonna have to fight.
You're gonna make me watch this game sober?
I don't see no pigskin down there. This ain't football.
That's all the U.S. fans right now. Wait, this isn't football, and I have to be sober?
Fuck that.
I'm gonna need my money back. Although I will admit, I love watching World Cup soccer, but I hate the fact that it's in Qatar.
The dude was like the director,
The head of FIFA.
was losing his mind. You should be grateful for 3,000 years. I was like, dude, shut up. Who fucking pays you?
They made you $100 million,
Yeah.
$100 million a year. Yeah.
All right, guys. This one is from Modest Brewing Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is Repercussions, oak-aged Helles. Helles with German bark Pilsner malt, hopped with Hallertau Mittelfru, I don't know. A Huel melon, then lagered and conditioned in our oak foeders. 4.8%. Foeder!
Isn't that what you buy at a shady gas station? Yeah. Folders. I got my folders. Pulling out a photo for my homie.
Oh, the last one was
the
5%,
bed
by the way.
And Russell's saying Bud shipped thousands of cans there for no reason.
Yeah.
That's the most Budweiser shit I've ever heard.
That's marketing. They're like, look at all the good press we're getting.
Ooh.
It was worth that $8 in beer we sent over there.
It was 10.
I had to factor shipping in there, sorry. And tariffs.
Did you forget the tariffs?
Yes, I did. I always forget the tariffs.
It was $10 total, 6 was shipping.
The war on tariffs.
2 was tariffs, $2 was beer.
It's pretty solid.
What do you guys think about this one? This is kind of a little different.
Well, it's oak age, so
I mean, I get it, but it's like, it is what it says it is, but it is like a different flavor.
I like it. It takes that Helles, like, that unique Helles flavor where Helleses are always bright and they're always, a little bit that bready, but the brightness of a Helles usually is what you notice. That oak kind of tampers that brightness down just a hair and gives it a really flavorful kick.
Yeah.
But without over oaking.
Yeah, it's not over.
Like, it is a really nice blend.
Still kind of effervescent, shockingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very fucking pleased with this beer.
Yeah.
It's one of the better photo aged beers I've had.
We've had
You
this
guys
thing.
had that Dragon's Milk one a while back. Didn't
That thing
you?
was good as fuck.
Yeah.
That was pretty intense.
This is, it's very pleasant, very soft, with a nice effervescent
soft mouthful.
bubble. That taste, that oak taste just adds so much to this beer.
And without, oftentimes barrel aged stuff can be slow sippers. No, this is a crusher.
Well,
Yeah, I am. Fuck. Oh, Matt, we didn't ask you the last score.
Already.
Oh, that didn't take long.
He wipes the tears away.
I would agree with a 4 1/4 on that one. That was a damn delicious beverage.
He gave the last one a 4 1/4, the average. Huh.
Yeah.
It's hard being right all the time, man.
We didn't have to ask him.
Yeah, that's actually why we forget most of the time. We just know Matt's the average.
If I went first, then you guys just follow suit with me, you know? Like the average just follows what I say. Just
Let's be honest, John and I wouldn't.
True.
We'd change our scores.
And Brett says he doesn't know what you guys are talking about. He gets to drink beer while he watches the game.
Because you're in America.
Land of the free.
And you're in Indiana. They ain't taking our beer away.
No.
They just finally gave it to us on Sundays. Wait, no, that's not
But
true.
only at set hours.
You
12
could
to
always
8.
you could always go to the bars and then drive home.
Yeah, that's safe.
You just couldn't go buy it and then take it home to drink.
Because you might drink it on the
You
way
might
home.
give it to one of your children or something, God forbid, versus driving home from the bar. That's perfectly safe. No mistakes have ever
You
happened.
can have
there.
10 beers at the bar and drive home, and that's totally fine.
There's no
But
chance
you
a kid's
can't-
gonna drink
You can't
it.
get a cold sixer and drink one on the way home. That's dangerous.
That's like the the whole
Or just drink
former-
6 of them at home. Still can't do it.
the full separation laws, and everything. And
Yeah.
they're worried the kids are going to see the taps, so you got to put a separation up that's high enough the kids can't see where the beer.
Which is literally just a railing, sir.
Well, now, yeah.
Yeah, now it is.
But yeah, you got that. So they're worried that kids are going to see
Protect
beer and be
kids.
like, I want to drink that yellow stuff my daddy's drinking.
Oh, I wonder if that's
Because it's not at the table already.
Don't talk to Kylie.
Kylie already wants to drink that shit.
Dude, when I moved over here from Ohio, it was the craziest thing because there's still no alcohol sales on Sunday except for bars. And I'm like, we got drive-thrus. I don't have to leave my truck to get beer. Like, what the
I
fuck
know.
is this?
I used to drive to Ohio on Sundays all the damn time. I'm from Muncie. It's only an hour to the border.
Right.
My ass is over there real quick.
To the border. I'm in here smuggling my beer on
Eastbound
Sundays.
down, roll ahead of entry.
Hey, the best part is I know it was Union City, right? Yeah, because like Union City is a town that's like
Half in Indiana, half in
half
Ohio.
split, and as soon as you cross the border, there's a drive-through.
There it is.
Right there. They ain't dumb.
Like, they couldn't have got any closer to Indiana.
It's the greatest shit ever.
Cue, I'm a highwayman song in the background.
The amount of times, especially when we were all in college, that we'd wake up on a Sunday fucking just out of beer from the night before and be like, especially like weird weekends where you either didn't have class Monday or like the amount of times where it'd just be like something weird and you'd be like, wait, we have to go all day and we don't have beer? And I'd be like,
Fridge is empty, bro.
I'd be like, fuck, we're going. Tyler, there's like 8 inches of snow and a snow emergency. Weather emergency.
We're all hungover.
I really don't give a
It's
shit.
an emergency.
It's an emergency.
Yeah.
I am out of beer. Get the fucking truck. The emergency is we're going to have to stay here 2 days without beer? No.
Brandon, you want to rate this beer?
Perfect
Oh,
segue,
God.
John.
I'm gonna
two-way
go-
shit, so I love it.
I'm gonna go 4.5 because again, a caveat: if I was seeking out a Helles lager that not necessarily barrel aged, it's crushable. For being barrel aged, it does add a really nice edge to it, while softening the Helles lager edge. Obviously, I just really enjoy it. It's not super like. How like you said, over oaked. There's a lot of beers I have where they're just like, if the flavor's there, you can tell it was in the barrel, or in the photo, or whatever. But that one is it's super enjoyable, but still crisp. Like I would still want to drink that.
Yeah.
6 months.
What's
to
the
7 months
ABV
out of
on
here.
4.8.
Nice.
I'm going to go 4.75.
Dang.
That was
Damn.
one of my favorite Helleses I've ever had.
Nah,
And I love a damn good Helles.
I was going to go 4.75 as well. I love the twist on that, the wood, and how it
He likes
just
the wood.
blended really nice.
It's 4.75 average. Matt,
Give
what
me,
would you
give me
score?
all that wood.
I'll let John keep all the wood. I'm not going to go quite as high. It deserves the better score, so I'm going to give it a 4. Like, not quite what I would search out, but I know it's 4 worthy.
All right, so before we pour the next beer, I got to ask. Or not ask, I got to mention and let you talk about it a little bit. The Indigo fundraiser right now for Tarnished Hollow Part 2. How's that going, man? Like, what can people possibly get if they get on there and donate? You know, all that good shit.
It's going really well. We're 21% funded right now. Obviously, the $10,000 goal is just kind of like a
well, it says soft goal on there.
Soft goal for what I wanted to call upon the people who wanted to see something in concrete in a brick and mortar kind of situation for the 2.5 years we've been doing this. So we're doing really well. I feel really good about it so far. You can get pint glasses. You can get hats like this. We're doing some special etched like juice orbs. They're made
I
from
saw those.
glass artist down in I believe Greenwood or Greenfield.
Who's making them?
He's
just a guy.
Just a local
Gotcha.
artisan that I reached out to. So I sandblast them all. That's the new printing feature I added to my other business. But so we were sandblasting them all by hand, and they look great. The first one we did is a sample on there. Basically, our goal for that is to kind of use that as either an operating cushion or use it for like upgrading our electric panel, things like that. The kind of ancillary things that are work based versus equipment based. That way, there's some of the people who've come in private investing are able to invest in equipment and things like that have collateral value to them.
Absolutely.
So the Indiegogo is going to be super critical for those kinds of things, like, you know, building the bar and things like that, and bringing certain things up to code that need to be brought up.
Well, you got your small little place in Elwood, correct?
Yep. It's a 900 to 1,000 square foot building, so it's not huge, but it's on a beautiful city lot. It's about a quarter of an acre city lot, so there's a lot of green space out back that we hope to utilize as a patio space eventually, kind of in like probably as the summer goes on and cash flow kind of gets rolling. The front, there was originally like 2 little concrete parking spaces that we're avoiding that, and we're putting the parking in the back, a small parking lot in the back, and building a patio that connects to the inside tap room via like a large garage door with pergola and fence rail and everything. To kind of give indoor-outdoor, since, you know, we're in Indiana, so it could be 55 degrees in December, you don't know.
Yeah.
So opening up that up, having that ability to just have natural airflow, natural indoor-outdoor flow, things like that, because it's not huge, it's not going to be a huge tap room by any means, but it's going to be manageable and it's going to be expandable to a certain point.
The way you describe it almost sounds to be like a Fives tap house sort of setting.
It's probably about the same square footage they've got in there. They might have a little bit more. But when you add to the green space and some of the renovations, phase 2 that we plan on doing, I mean, my goal was always...
Marvel style, phase 2.
Exactly. My goal was always to be whatever city ended up being the one that, you know, took the gamble on us, supported us, not financially or anything like that. You know, we're still bootstrapping pretty much. But was to be loyal to that community. And so the people of Elwood that have really engaged with the page, I mean, we've got like 105 new fans in the past week.
That's awesome.
So that kind of stuff. The city has been great to work with. They've been really seeking a brewery. So when I reached out, I was like, hey guys, I'm starting this small. We're starting this kind of on our own dime with some private investment cash. Our goal is to start small so that we can afford to pay our bills and everything, even if COVID 2.0 or whatever comes around. And then we can grow from there. And I was like, are you willing to grow along with me? And the mayor and economic development was like, we want a brewery here. We know this is important. And it's a quality of life improvement for around that area. And so it's really cool. Like, we're kind of in the uptown, downtown district there across from the old Pizza Hut. So I'm really optimistic about the growth that we can do on that side of town. And
I'm pumped. John and I have always talked about, like, if we were to ever start one, because we always thought about it. You know, everybody does it when you're in this realm. And it always had to be, find you a small town where you're going to be either the first or only game in town, because those small towns in Indiana support places like that, because that is theirs.
Right.
Damn it, that didn't That isn't some transplant. Right. Even though Brandon's not from Elwood.
No.
Like,
I only live 20 minutes away, though, so that's the beauty of it.
From there, but yet they're going to be like, that is mine. He started that here. That is ours. Ain't nobody else's. Right. And that's how small towns, especially in Indiana, really think. You look at Backstep and Crawfordsville. Talk about a town that's like, no, that's ours. Right. Y'all fuck off. Yeah. Like Guardian and Muncie, even
Pax.
Pax. Yeah, it's played even
sister
like
cities.
It's like even in Muncie, it cracks me up because like Guardian. Do you want to start a fight in Muncie? Talk to the beer scene in Muncie about like whether, especially if you're not a huge Guardian fan, say something bad, dude. They'll throw down with you while also rating a beer like a 2, and it's like, but it's theirs and it's their 2. Damn it, it ain't your 2. It is. I'm telling you, I love small towns with breweries, and it is genius to open a first one in a town like that.
Well, and there's a ton of growth that's going on there. You know, when you kind of meet with the local economic development and politicians, you don't get like the full skinny on what's going on, but they do tell you some things that that help you plan out that roadmap to the future. And that's what I think is super important. When I stumbled onto a different building in Elwood, and we ended up in this little building. It started as a, hey, maybe I should buy that little one, and we just start it all, with low overhead and just make it go. And you see more and more that's happening, and those are some of the people that are happiest with where they are. And that was kind of the goal, was to like start small, work-life balance. Even though you're going to be busting your ass brewing beer, you're working hard, you're working the tap room and people, you don't have staff. Like, I get that, and that's fine. But it's also like being able to grow with a community versus trying to get into indie, get your foot in the door, get your foot slammed in the door a couple times,
right,
and then
your dick
pull it back.
Yeah.
And so then that was the cool thing to hear from the city, is all like the new apartments and just growth that's happening. There's a group of people there that are extremely passionate and motivated to continue growing that community and bring in things from Noblesville, Indianapolis, things like that are quality of life improvements, rather than just sitting on their hands being like, well, it used to be great. And so I'm really excited to see what the future holds, even if it means I'm brewing around the clock that first year or two. Our plans for expansion are pretty aggressive, so I just hope we blow off the doors, and I need to keep brewing beer.
You are running the most grassroots of grassroots campaigns, starting from the festivals that you do and the merch, and just, I love it, and I'm super excited to see this succeed.
All right, I'm going to cut everybody off just for a minute so we can tell everybody what we're about to drink. We have the Temptation. It is a barrel-aged ale, aged in Chardonnay barrels. From Russian River Brewing Company, one of those big boys out west. Talk about the one beer nerds know. This was barrel aged 9 to 12 months. Aged and used Chardonnay barrels. Temptation has distinct characteristics of fruit and subtle oak. Brettanomyces and good bacteria are added during the aging process to give the beer added fruitiness and a pleasant sourness. Temptation is re-fermented in this bottle to create its fine carbonation. Spent yeast cells form a thin layer of sediment in the bottom of the bottle. Pour slowly, allowing the natural yeast sediment to remain. It should have all ended up in mine. That's why I finished it. No, I did that on purpose. Any more with stuff that might have sediment, I try to always end in my glass. I try.
We appreciate your service.
7.5%.
Matt's not going to like this.
I was going to say, I smell this. It smells great, but I don't think I'm going to like it.
That's fire, yeah.
Although I will say I finally had a level of sediment in a beer recently when I was at Full Fest that almost made me throw up when I drank it. It was a darker colored beer. It was like a dark lager type beer. I didn't know it was there. And there was about that much left in my glass. And I slammed it, and it was basically chunky. I was standing right in front of Hog Molly's booth. I was walking by them, and I literally almost spit it at one of them. Like, I was able to hold it in at the last minute. I spit it in the trash can, and I'm like, oh, God. They, like, grabbed my glass, rinsed it real quick, started pouring a beer in. They're like, here you go, Tyler. Here you go. Like, I started cracking up. They're like, dude, that looked miserable. Like, what happened? Was it not good? And I'm like, no, the flavor of the beer was great until I hit, like, cottage cheese curds, basically.
That's what everybody asks me. They're like, well, what's your favorite beer you make? And I'm like, mainly the only thing I can attest to is, like, which one I enjoy brewing the most. Because it's like, you're the butcher who sees how all this stuff's made.
No, you know your favorite kid.
But, like, I'm not going to sit and, like, crush a ton of my beer. Because I see how it's all made. And that's just my weird, like, germaphobe thing. Because I'm like, I saw the yeast in this. And I was like, I'm good. And so let me go enjoy someone else's beers. And so it's always, that's what's hard. Because it's like, I've seen this from day one.
So is it like
Good.
the Tommy Boy?
It's not my child. I don't love it endlessly like my
Yeah,
daughter.
like I straight up, dude. I hit those chunks and just went,
Yeah.
because it was a darker colored beer, so I had
That's what
no
I think
warning.
about as I dump my fermenters down the. I'm like,
I had no warning, and it was the chunkiest of chunky. It was like some weird dark IPA type thing, and it just.
I had a McKellar beer that was that way. That was an import from them. That was the bottom of this, and it just
Matt's making
came
faces,
out.
and it's amazing.
We're pretty much through
This
it now.
is
But
so
you're
good.
like the sours
This is
guy.
amazing.
No.
So like,
No, he's not.
I'm the sours guy.
Yeah, he likes like this the traditional sour, this Brettanomyces stuff.
He likes the fruited sours.
those I can drink. Yeah,
Fruited
those.
sours, actual sours.
there we go. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's tart. That Chardonnay flavor is just
Oh, it's gorgeous.
highlights everything.
Very dry, very fruity.
It's giving me the same caliber and quality, which is no surprise given it was conditioned in the bottle, as the Freem peach one.
Oh, yeah.
That
Which is funny because I almost had a Freem one today. I almost went with a Freem. That's literally was the plan. And then I remembered we had that, and I'm like, let's do the Russian River today.
Yep.
That is just like, it takes craft to make that. Like,
gorgeous.
Very bright. The flavors are bright. The color's bright. I love that dry mouthfeel. It leaves you wanting more. A Chardonnay wine tends to do that as well. A traditional sour does that. It was a perfect blend. Chardonnays a lot of times bring in those fruitier flavors.
It's just
like,
so well melded.
It is so perfect. It was like it was meant to be.
Are you a butter Chardonnay guy?
I don't drink Chardonnay typically in general. I drink dry reds.
A lot of the Chardonnays out there are not buttery.
No, the ones here are though.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't drink Chardonnays very much.
Yeah.
I stick to my dry reds. Love a good Malbec. Had one the other day. Oh, no. But I'm not just a beer guy.
I'm big on that
Yeah.
Game of Thrones wine. I was throwing down on some Targaryen blood and fire.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that is fantastic.
So
I'm
good.
first to score. We haven't really talked about it all that much, but it's a perfect traditional sour beer. I wouldn't mind a little more tartness because I like just that hair bit more bite.
It did have a subtle little leftover, I don't know, butteriness almost, I would call it. Not diacetyl, but
Right,
in
right.
the mouth feel. Like it had a little bit of that right after the dry finish.
I
you
want
got-
just a little more bite on that tart, and that would push me over the edge on my score. Otherwise, I'm going to go with 4 1/4.
I really enjoy this. This is I'm gonna go 4.75. I really enjoy this.
I would go 4.5.
We don't have to worry about Matt being average.
No, not a chance in hell.
2.
The Two Beerded Guys score is a 4.5. I love the fact that this week we have started off with nothing lower than a 4 1/4.
Yeah, much better.
While
than
last week, the highest score we had was a 3.5. Oh, we had 1.5. My bad, Pliny. Forgot about
yeah,
Pliny.
with plenty.
But other than that, it was 3.5, 2.75, 2.5, 2 1/4, 2.5. Not a great week. But we were finally getting rid of the last of those Game of Thrones beers. Like,
What did you guys rate the sour blonde? I wonder, because I enjoyed it when it was fresh. I enjoyed that
What was the name of that one?
thoroughly.
That's probably one of the better ones.
thank
yeah.
you. Queen of the Seven Kingdoms was actually one of the highest ones. It was 3.5.
I wondered how it would have aged.
It
because
did-
I
it did
had
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it was like, it had probably been like 6 months since it was released versus
6 years.
a while. King of the North was pretty solid too.
That one was 2018, I think.
No, still 4 years.
If we would have played a
Oh
little
yeah,
smarter,
it
would
was,
have.
yeah, it was definitely before.
Oh, we had one that was 2014. One of the beers we drank was 2014.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Matt,
What would you give that?
Polite pass.
No, the internet wants to know.
Decimals.
Well, all right. There's the all right.
Love that River North hat.
Knowing where it probably should be and what I'm willing to go on it, I'll try to go in the middle and do like a 3.75 because
So funny.
it's better than what I would rate it, but I would definitely not seek it out. So that's as good as I can get it.
This is fun. I love beers that are so far out of his wheelhouse because he's just like, I don't wanna.
I enjoy that it was like, I'm gonna go down the middle, 3.75 out of 5.
Like, I don't know. I mean, but we've talked like I've grown a lot in my outside of my realms of beerness.
He now likes a lot of IPAs. It's weird.
Yeah, that one's still too far out there.
Yeah, he's not going to get that sour anytime soon. Oh, yeah.
There was a
That's
couple
what was crazy is it wasn't even like intentionally a sour. It's just an ale. That like a basic normal.
I mean, they soured it on
and then
purpose.
they throw it in there to keep it during the conditioning, and that's what was cool.
The lovely Britannomyces
had layers to it, which was just so nice.
That one wasn't like super strongly sour. I think the Britannomyces, I don't know if that's promotes a flavor in there or not, but I just haven't really had traditional
Britannomyces
sours.
gives a fruity.
Yeah, like I've never really had too many of those that I've really just cared for the flavor of.
Ooh,
it's one of the ones Smo's in charge of.
I mean, I'm not mad about the smell.
So it's gonna be shit.
These are available as a new
mix pack.
IPA mix pack.
This is the Pony Boat Rides Pomegranate Infused Hazy IPA. Okay. Pony Boat Rides is a hazy IPA with a tangerine and lemon hop character, accentuated with infused pomegranate. So of course, as you know, this is from Sun King. I am unbelievably excited. I haven't had this one yet. I did have one of the others from the mix pack Saturday, and then I had another one of their newer ones at Full Fest. And so far, I have been pleasantly surprised.
And what's funny is Smo is now the director of brewer operations.
Oh,
on top of his old job, in true small company fashion. He gets to wear multiple hats. But he's not been in that role long enough yet to really affect a true change. But hopefully, I'm super excited because he is the smartest man in beer.
Well, and it was funny because I was talking to him Saturday about the beer I had at Full Fest. I couldn't remember the name. He helped me remember it because I was like, it's 7.2%. He's like, oh, it's insert IPA name here now. And it was because it's Smo. He doesn't forget shit. And I'm like, you know my opinion of your IPA, Smo. And he goes, yeah, you fucking hate them. And I'm like, yeah. I go, I went back for like 4 of them. He's like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, yeah. And you saw him immediately have this little shitty grin. He's like, well, I brought more. I brought some different ones. And that's all of a sudden when he was like, why don't you take this one to the show? Just drink this one while you're here. He got that little cockiness going, and it was cracking me up.
Oh, as it should. He's a talented man.
This is a really thick, rich mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's completely unlike anything else I've had from Sun King in the distro world.
Yeah.
Sun King Small Batch and Fisher's is its own thing.
Yeah. This reminds me
and
more
I've
of
had
small
phenomenal beers there. And this is it's complex. It's a complete departure from Keller Haze. And it's not that those are not well made. It's just that they taste like Sam Adams Hazy IPA. They have a
much more mass market appeal.
They have a very mass market flavor.
This, and so far all their new hazies and new IPAs that I've tried are all reminding me of their small batch stuff.
That's awesome.
And if you can start mass market beer the way, even close to the way their small batch stuff does, it tastes, you're gonna fucking sell just stupid amounts of beer again, which they already do, but...
And it's hazy. They have struggled making hazy beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it is
anybody
really
anybody who's done it long enough that they know what beer's supposed to look like struggles with hazies because they've spent years of their lives learning how to not make a hazy beer. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, hazies are in faux, and it's like, the fuck?
Are in
That's
faux?
not fair. That's an unfinished beer.
Yeah, they're in vogue.
Oh, I thought you said info.
I did, but it's because I started to say a different word.
Is that some sort of faux?
No, I started to say
starting to get to it.
I started to say a different word, and then I wanted to say Vogue, and it came out that way, and I was like, maybe nobody noticed.
Oh, no.
Of course, John said something. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of comments here, because Russ says he's got to bounce. He says he's got to go oversee a tarot reading on Nightcap tonight.
Ooh, sounds fun.
That should be Nightcap again?
Yeah. Says, news for Turf's Up. They have officially partnered with the largest landscaping trade show in Europe.
Of course they have.
So the movie reviewers are going across the pond. Woo! And we also got Cody Moon jumped on. So sorry says, gotcha on the brewery room, guys.
What's up, Cody?
Cody wants to be on the show. So if you want a good brewery, Science Project Brewing up in Logansport.
Yeah, I know Science Project. And that's Cody?
Have Cody down, Cody Moon.
Cody, do me a favor. Do you have his number?
Yeah, I got
I'll
it.
shoot you a text after the show, Cody.
We're only collaborating on a very exciting smoothie sour that's releasing in December.
Never mind, Cody. If you're willing to work with this guy,
Fantastic plug, though.
I do have a certain reputation.
Oh, speaking of science project, Michael Duke also jumps on. So science project checking in over here.
Jesus, guys.
He's the assistant brewer.
Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning
Yeah,
in. We
thanks
know
for
it's
jumping
because
on.
of this shithead, but that's actually why we bring our guests on, to get new eyes on the show.
Glad to do my part.
We're going to finish this beer up real quick, score it, and then we're going to cut off for about a minute or two for our little break. So, if anybody needs to use the restroom or anything like that, we'll be able to take care of it.
I like what the pomegranate brings into it. I think it's a very fruity, hazy IPA. A little bit of lingering bitterness, but also very smooth, great, soft mouthfeel. God damn, it's delicious.
I like it because
Yeah.
it's different than most hazies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this flavor is
That's
unique.
why
It lacks any of that like astringent, like heavy dry hop flavor that comes even
No
in
hop
like
burn,
the biggest
no.
ones. No, it's just pillowy, kind of like what we were talking about with the Dortmunder.
Yeah.
And so that's
That's a very, very pillowy
God damn
mouthfeel.
it.
Very heavy pillowy mouthfeel.
I really
Mouthfeel.
enjoy this, and I'll 4.25.
4.25. I started to make fun of you and I decided to be nice. Go ahead.
I don't want to be the wet blanket. I'll probably go 3.75. Like it's better than a lot of hazy IPAs. It's not just your average hazy. It's an improvement in terms of the previous hazies and IPAs that I've had from Sun King. Cumulatively, like across the board, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as like seeking it out or anything like that. But I would recommend it for others to try.
See, I think I would. I think I will definitely go back and buy this again. Like, I'll go purposely and buy this.
If they put this alone in like a 6-pack or something,
Yeah.
I will purposely go buy it. Like, I will go there for this.
I just don't buy IPAs a ton. Like it's just
I
not
don't
my
a
thing.
ton, but that's the thing.
I
is,
respect you.
I'm actually like, this is one now. Like, the ones I buy is I go buy Hop Slam whenever it's out. I go buy, there's certain IPAs I will always buy.
Right.
This flavor, because it's different than any of the other ones I buy, makes me want to go, you know what, this might be in that rotation.
That needs a spot on the shelf.
I'm going to give it a 4. I think John was a little high. I agree with you. I think that might have been reaching just a hair. But a 4 average, 3.75 is not a bad score. You're wrong, but it's not a bad score. But I will seek this beer out. That is a damn good IPA. And as you know, just because we're friends with Smo does not mean we wouldn't have raked this beer over the coals if it wasn't any good.
And in fact, more inclined to do so.
Actually, that is true. And he'd be getting text messages while we did it. This beer fucking sucks. No. But it's fantastic beer. I give it a 4. It's a 4 average. Matt, what would you score it?
Real quick, because Cody said he came to see Nicole, but he said he guesses Brandon will do.
Yeah, unfortunately, she'll be next week. She had to excuse herself this week for family stuff, so she'll be on next week.
But I'm going to agree with John on this one. I'm going to go to 4.25
Fuck.
Yes!
He's just coming out of nowhere.
Vindication!
because this one,
We have him so switched on his flavor.
we really, like, you touched on, this is such a different flavor than any other IPA hazy I've ever had. I've never had a pomegranate IPA, like, anywhere. Like, and it's well done, it tastes good, and I'm getting some antioxidants, because pomegranate's in there.
I hate it.
He just
Good
liked
for
that
me.
There's fruit in it, and he saw fruit, and he was like, instant 1.1.
Do you eat just pomegranate?
I've never had an actual one, no.
I-
But
Go
It
get the
tastes a lot like
pomegranate
this. That-
nibs
there's
at
that
the
little
grocery
tartness.
store.
I have. Oh wait, yeah, maybe I have had some of those, like the
The
chocolate
little,
covered
like,
ones or
nibs.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
not chocolate covered. Just get the normal ones, bro.
okay.
We're not eating sugar out here.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. I'm TVG_Hops guy.
My dog being cute.
Our guest today,
Brandon Holder from Tarnished Hollow Brewing.
and behind the camera, the one, the only, the facial hair is finally starting to grow back.
I'll screen Matt.
We'll be right back, guys. Give us a minute.
kids and nothing hides. Two bearded guys. Oh yes they are 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 two bearded guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to wear it this week, but you know.
Two bearded guys.
Oh, hey, what's
Oh,
up,
hey.
guys? We are the Two Bearded Guys, if you didn't get that from the song. I'm TBG underscore
how
Ops
many
guy.
How many?
2. Today, 3.
Oh, gotcha.
3 beers.
And definitely not whatever that is.
I'm
Definitely
not
whatever
arguing
this is.
you.
The guest today.
Brandon Holder from Tarnished Hollow Brewing.
Man, I thought you were Ryan from Field with that hat.
Man, I'm Ryan, and we're gonna have a Field Brewing beer right now. So, it's tangerine citrus pale ale and
And grapefruit. You forgot the
and grapefruit. Yeah, man, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna just make it pop off.
It's called Reunion, for those of you that don't know. It's a 6.3% IPA, and that just made my fucking day. We're going to clip that out and send it to Ryan. Yeah.
Market tape.
I want him
806.
watching.
I'm so happy. Field Brewing's out of Westfield, Indiana, another local brewery. Decided to throw some local love out there this week, you know, which so far, Sun King hit the spot. Let's go for number 2.
Did.
Unfortunately, we only have one of these cans, though, so we don't get as much of it.
Oh.
I was sad. I thought I had 2. I only had 1. Stupid
That's sad.
Ryan. No. Giving me free
I'm
beer.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks for the limited free beer.
You want to give me one of this one, you McAsshole? Nah.
Was that like
did.
was that a McDonald's reference or is he Irish?
Both? No.
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good MICK versus MC. You know.
It's because he's from Cincinnati. That's why he sucks.
Hey, nasty natty baby.
It is nasty. You ain't wrong.
The amount of hills and driving through the hills and up streets that are like this incline.
Well, I'm
There
convinced.
is a lot of that.
I'm convinced when you walk through the University of Cincinnati, you're always walking uphill.
They just built the building.
Well, I'm confused.
You got a class out walking uphill?
'Cause, like, my
you in
ex-
class, you're walking uphill?
I had an ex who went there, and I used to go visit her all the damn
Walking
time.
uphill both ways.
And literally, I'd walk from like her apartment to like take her to class or whatever, because I wouldn't have shit to do on a Thursday, and I'd be up there visiting, so I'd walk her to class, right? Good boyfriend. And then I'd walk back to her place, and it would still be uphill, and I was very confused.
But your calf muscles had never been
Oh, dude,
tighter.
I'll tell you what, it got to the point where I got done, like, when we broke up, it was a bad thing for my gut, because I lost some weight visiting her. No, it was great though. They have great beer scene down there, and like not even just
phenomenal
breweries.
beer.
They have great like bars that love craft beer. So she thought I was just getting an extra day of seeing her. In reality, I knew she had to go to class on Thursdays, so
you got
I'd
an
go
extra day
down
of
Wednesday
drinking?
night. I'd take her to class Thursday, and then I'd open up one of the bars that I liked the most, and I'd hang out there until she was out of class, and I'd go pick her up from class and walk.
Why
her
don't we
back.
go get drinks?
Yeah, and then she'd be like, "Oh, do you want to go to the bar?" And I'm like, "Yes, but not this one." She's like, "I thought you loved that one." I'm like, "Ah, not today. I'm not feeling it." Reality, I don't need them being like, "Oh, he's been here all day."
Don't rest me
Stiffed me in
out.
my tip last time, motherfucker.
So we go to a different bar.
It smells really good.
The nose is fantastic. That tangerine fucking pops on the
It's
nose.
as
Sure
solid
does.
as I remember it. Yeah, man.
Oh shit, that burned.
Not good through the
Got
nose.
some tangerine up your nose, right?
That fucking burned.
Oh god, that was amazing.
I mean, good malty base.
Soft body again.
A
little more bubbly, which I like.
I wish it was more bubbly.
See, it's more bubbly than the last one we had.
I'd agree with that.
I don't know.
Does have a pretty heavy malty sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time that I tried this. I don't know if it was on draft or in a can, honestly, when we sampled it. But it had a little bit of a drier finish. So I don't know if it's just a can function.
Very heavy malty finish or body. It's got a nice soft pillowy feel. It had a decent head retention while we were drinking. Obviously, I liked it because I drank that one fast as shit.
Yeah.
little bit of bubbles. I wouldn't mind a little more just because bubbles are nice, but
Yeah.
when you have that heavy a body, it's kind of hard to do that sometimes. Love the flavors. Hey, love the flavors because, again, those are different flavors than an IPA. Mm-hmm. That's stuff that it's there. We get grapefruit in IPAs all the time. We even have tangerine sometimes. But having those together with that hot body, it's not a common thing to put them together. And I enjoyed it. At least not in that heavy of feel. There might be hints of. Right. Not like these are the flavors.
Right. The flavors and aromas come out on the nose, no doubt. And I do enjoy that malty, sweeter body. I wish it were a little bit more effervescent, a little more bubbly, but I think it's delicious and very crushable.
It kind of falls in the same realm for me as Brewdog's Clockwork Tangerine, which I
haven't had that one in years.
I really enjoyed it, and back when we had the bar and everything, the tap room for craft beer stuff, that was like one of our best sellers. Brewdog is kind of fallen out of favor with some people, but that beer was like that crushable, fruited IPA. It really was nice and crushable if you wanted to have a crispy, hoppier beer, and that's kind of the world that fulfills for me. Agreed, a little more effervescence comparatively, but that's kind of why I think I enjoyed it so much. Was I drank a lot of that Clockwork Tangerine, and I was working behind the bar, and so.
Science Project and Cody Moon, both of you, thank you for follows, guys. I appreciate it. We're only a couple from. We're at 713. We've jumped like 25 in the last week and a half.
I wonder what happened in the last week and a half.
Full fest.
That's true, actually.
And your killer new shirts.
That did help.
Yes.
We're down to 6 or 7.
Nice. You said you had 10 left, so that's awesome.
Yeah. We're on a roll, dude. It's they've sold really well. People are really happy with the most comment I've gotten. Shit, this actually fits like the size it says. That was the first words I put it on. You can have
that's what he texted
first
me.
Words out of my mouth. Oh my god, a 3X that fits like a fucking 3X?
That's why I think I'm going to switch to those from my standard, not my shirts, because I have custom colors and stuff in my merch, but for like printing other people's stuff, they were cut like what normal shirt sizes used to be cut. Now they just make them like wider and shorter, so that when you put it on,
it's not good.
It's like
for
a belly
shirt.
shirt.
What happened to the shirt size? Because they used to be like medium's this, a large is this, and then it's like, oh, now we got athletic fit. We got everything's like a large is like an extra medium. I'm like, dude,
slim cut.
Yeah, brewery shirts aren't made for people that you don't need slim cut.
America's getting fatter. Why the hell are we moving to slim cuts?
For the Ryan Reynolds of
if
the
you're chubby,
world.
you can wear it, and it hugs your curves.
All right, we had a really good friend that bought one, and she bought one that's way too big for her because of her chest. She literally goes, I'll have to cut the bottom of this off because it's going to be way too long, but she goes, it ain't going to fit otherwise. we were off camera, we're like, why? And she's like, and she just does this, we're like, that makes sense. All right, yep. We pick up what you're putting down.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, we're picking up what you're putting down.
Object lesson. Thank you.
Speaking of Cody, he says he thinks that we might need to do a four bearded guys collab soon.
Oh,
I'm guessing they might be rocking beards as well.
Well, I'm just saying, you wouldn't be the first brewery we collabed with. We did just sell out of our beer that was at Total Wine. I went in there, it was gone. I was happy.
Nice.
Nice. Although I kind of wanted to buy one for Brett because I wouldn't let him have mine.
I have one, if you need.
He'll live. You only have one left, right?
No, I think I have more than one.
Oh, if you have more than one, then I might.
Yeah, I've got 2.
But yeah, so it was great because like straight up, I was like, oh, it's gone. But it's gone, man. We sold out.
It's not sitting there a year later and you're just like, hey, we don't buy 4 beers.
Well, they had like 10. They had like 10 on the shelf at one point, and it was like down to 1 for like a couple weeks. And I was like, I almost want to buy this just so it's not
general
there.
principle,
like,
you gotta get
bad.
it.
And then like
you got the bottle in your hand and you're like, it's sold out. There's no more on the shelf, guys. You should order some more.
when I finally went in to get one, it was like, it's gone. I'm like, of course, but I'm happy. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just saying we're always down to collab, or just have you on the show. So that's even better.
I mean, collab is always fun.
Yeah,
I'm down.
We like help brewing. We have fun.
It's a blast.
And so we actually have experience brewing. So.
I carry heavy shit. John actually has more experience. And Matt's
Matt
great
cleans.
at cleaning.
Yeah.
So And Tyler just carries heavy shit.
We do bring some things to the table.
I'm totally certain that was Stefan's whole theory with me when we helped brew that. He's like, "Hey Tyler, go do this," and I'm like,
Okay, just happy to be involved.
he's like, "All right, Tyler, dump this big ass thing of grain into this." Hey John, any actual brewing thing here? Do this.
You do that. All right, gotcha.
Matt, can you clean this up?
I will
Tyler,
say-
carry thing.
I will say, Science Project is a blast to brew at. You know, we spent a pretty good Friday night there, brewing up our beer that we're doing, and
He's worse than me.
it was awesome.
That is
It
awesome.
was a fun time. We sat out on the patio, you know, while you wait on the mash to get going and the boil and all that fun, large volume of beer stuff that homebrew people don't worry about.
No, not at all.
Oh, an hour to get the hour and a half to get the thing to boil. There we go. All right. But it was a really good time. So I recommend anybody up on that side of the state needs to go visit Cody and check out his
Because
beers.
Science Project is out Logansport, right?
Logansport, yep. It's in an awesome building. They've got a really, not right now that it matters because it's so cold, but they've got an awesome outdoor area with some
Write that down
sales
when it
and
gets warm
stuff.
out.
Yeah. Their pizza is phenomenal. They have
I like pizza.
a gigantic, beautiful pizza oven in the back.
Those are just sexy. I love a good
they really
pizza
are.
oven.
They are. So fantastic. I believe I had the Dr. Manhattan
That
or the
knows.
Manhattan Project or something, I think was the pizza.
That is a perfect fucking name for
It's-
a pizza at a
It
Science
was, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
God damn
And his
You clever bastards.
Tell me it was spicy. With a bunch of like hot peppers.
No, it
That'd
was
be even funnier.
I believe it was like sausage and
Cody,
had some
we're gonna have to
banana
talk.
peppers.
Because
Oh, off the wall!
Nothing but glass.
Let's go! It was Bank Shot, baby.
you didn't call bank.
But
Don't
it
cut
was,
her.
it was a good time.
Go
though.
take it out, motherfucker.
Yeah, you gotta say off of the Firestone Walker box, off the wood paneling, nothing but glass.
I overshot it. It smoked a lot. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to pick that up. Ding! Let's go!
It smells
All right,
boozy.
the
and woody.
nose is amazing. This is 2020's Bourbon
amazing,
County
amazing.
brand Caramella Ale. Wheat wine aged in bourbon barrels with apple, cinnamon, and natural caramel flavor. Very excited. We enjoyed this the first time around, but it was a little hot. So we aged it. I think we forgot about
It
it
still smells hot.
Yeah.
because it ended up 2 years old instead of a year.
It does smell like a
This
spicy
is
meatball.
14.6% ABV.
And that's why.
Why are we drinking Bourbon County? Oh, because it comes out this Friday.
Damn straight it does.
Black
that's fair.
Friday.
Yep, Black Friday every year is when the new ones come out.
Coca-Cola
This was
windows?
aged in larceny barrels. We have a
favorite.
Coca-Cola one from last year.
I found one at the Noble Wine and Spirits in Noblesville
Nice.
last year.
Those were so good.
It was interesting.
Really
it was
good.
not what I anticipated.
I liked them and the Cherrywood last year real
The
well.
one, the liquor store by Books and Brews, the party.
Yeah, they
no,
always
what-
have
what
good
is
shit.
it?
Party packs over on
No,
the
it's Payless.
Payless. They actually released a lot of last year's just recently.
Did they?
That they all on the shelf. Same price as last year.
Well, yeah.
Those smart motherfuckers.
Oh, they're not dumb.
They're like, we saved a bunch back, and we're going to sell them full list prices as last year.
Oh, I guarantee they left them on the
'Cause people
shelf
are
for a
looking for
while,
'em.
and people got tired of them. So they pulled them, and then they re-released right before as people, it was in their brains.
That's what I took a photo of.
They're not dumb.
In 2020, I took a photo at Kroger of the whole shelf of just like the Bourbon County ones. I was like, oh, limited quantity.
Limited
I'm almost,
release,
I'm
right?
almost afraid to tell people, but that's kind of the pro tip. Go to Kroger's early in the morning, because they're supposed to have two only, but they don't. Like, no one there cares.
Kroger
And
does
it's usually
Yeah.
on an end cap.
Yeah, no one cares about enforcing the maximum two.
Yeah.
So
Kroger's a great place to try to hit those.
The one.
Oh,
over
fair
on
warning! If you happen to go
165th
up to
Street.
Chicago to like get some of the ones that don't come down, make sure if you are on a budget that you actually read the right price tag. I found that out once. That was fun.
I found that out last year. When
I bought
the
last year's
Coke
prop. I bought last year's prop, which is always more expensive. And I wasn't paying attention because the price tag under the prop bottle was one price. It was high, but it was like, that's reasonable. Do. Checked out, it rang up a different price. And I went,
It was
"Oh."
much less reasonable.
So I walked back over to the shelf
Much.
and realized when I read the label, that label was for a different beer. And I was like, and the guy goes, oh, do you not want it? And I'm like, no, I ain't no bitch. Once somebody rings it up, I'm buying it. But like,
Well, so
it was very enjoyable. We drank it on the show, but it was not like $60 enjoyable.
also, a scouting report on this year's Bourbon County, because Samo had most of them 2 weeks ago at the FOBAB.
Shocker.
allegedly.
The barley wine and biscotti were great. He didn't try the Sir Isaac's or Reserve. He said the regular was solid. Coffee was great. Proprietors was meh.
Coffee?
Prop is
There's a
either,
coffee
I've noticed over the years, the
specialty
ratings, like people's reviews on Prop every year is
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it filleting?
Just all over. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
John got it.
I'm excited for the coffee one. I'm excited for the barley one. Those are the two I want to get so bad.
Biscotti, evidently.
Now,
Biscotti is interesting.
He mentioned first. The first thing he mentioned was barley wine and biscotti.
Yeah.
I've got to drop it because it's been sitting for a second. Cody says that the Manhattan pizza is spicy, but
Good.
pro tip, he likes it with a balsamic glaze
That's
to
what-
calm
that
it
makes
down.
sense.
Oh, that sounds fucking.
That's why it tasted cooler for me, because he put the balsamic glaze on
Cody.
it. He ordered it that way.
fuck.
Yeah, so that sounds like a good pro
They're
tip.
legit. So
Speaking
Speaking
of
of
fuck,
tasty-
if you ever did it
Yeah.
on the road,
guys,
project.
this beer
Fucks.
fucks. It's not as hot as it used to be.
Oh no! It's all the hotness is in the
Yeah.
nose.
Did the
It has-
original one have more apple?
A little bit.
Because
The
I'm missing
caramel's
this.
take-
I'm not getting a lot of
The
cinnamon. and
caramel's
apple.
taking it over a little bit, but the heat went down, which is nice. That caramel's rich. There is the cinnamon. I just don't get a lot of the apple.
I'm getting a little apple,
I get a hint of the
but not a
cinnamon.
lot. Like it's there, but like I said, the caramel kind of in the driver's
Maybe-
seat, I think. But
In the
Ooh,
last sip I
how much
had.
do you have left? Oh, the big gulp gave me a little bit.
And
I
when
big
I
gulp.
finished it,
I
that's
big
where
gulp.
I got the
some apple. But either way, that flavor, 2 years of sitting has done this beer very fucking
well.
Yeah.
It's barley wine esque, not in its flavors, but it's in its complexities.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's a wheat wine,
Yeah.
but you know,
That's a real.
yeah,
just
that's fucking good.
phenomenal. I normally don't like it. I mean, I love the Goose Island Barrel Age
me see that
program
bottle.
and like reading about it and everything and how they do everything. But I'm always just like, macro beer. In my opinion,
you're one of those.
I am.
I hate you.
Because I started on the small scale of drinking.
I hate
I
you.
started with all local stuff, and so I'm just like, I see like it's this. I treat this like the
You're
next
fucking one of
iPhone
those.
every year. Everybody
You're
lines
fucking
up
one
for
of
the next
those.
iPhone, and I'm like, oh, cool.
I'm sorry, it's still good.
This is no.
Just
this
as you're a
is,
Samsung guy,
Google.
no, but like if you like if you've taken a breath of air with it and it kind of aerate your mouth afterwards, you get that like caramel roasted nut flavor
Nut.
from.
He laughed. I just had to say it.
No, you get that flavor.
no, it's the
of,
way
like,
you were just like, no, you're like,
Speaking
nut.
of the Christmas gift and hobby show, or shopping malls in the 1990s, the roasted nut places that have like honey roasted or caramel like nuts,
Or
That's
Cabela's.
kind of the vibe. They still have
Oh yeah, they
Cabela's?
do.
Are Cabela's?
Yeah.
in Noblesville? No shit. Well,
Every time I'm there. Every time I'm there.
guess who's gonna go buy some roasted nuts when I get my AR-15? You know.
Fucking, I could see Brandon walking in, literally going in,
Nuts
turning
and
right.
AR-15
No,
just
not even the
carrying
gun
up to the
part.
store.
Just walk in, turn immediate right where the nuts are, buy a shit ton, and walk out. Like you never actually get to the rest of the stuff. Just buy a shit ton of roasted nuts. And
Pardon me, where's your clearance section? It's in the back of the store, sir. I'm not walking
Not
that
worth
far.
it.
I just want my honey roasted nuts.
I came for the nuts anyways. Thank you for your time.
As everybody just goes, did this fat dude literally just walk in, buy us out of roasted nuts and leave?
Write it down. I came for the nuts.
I'm sure I
It's gonna
do.
be like a nut brown ale, right? Yeah. All right.
I came for the nuts.
That's,
Oh, nut brown ale. I
That's-
had my Firkin one for 2 times was solid last year.
I believe
This
it.
year.
I'm already envisioning
Well,
the
it's
label
festival
art.
season.
It'd have to be like They Live with Roddy Piper. Like, I have come to do 2 things: chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out
I've
of
come for
bubblegum.
2 things.
You know what I realized?
Roasted nuts and kick ass. And I'm all out of roasted nuts.
I did not realize until Noblesville Brewfest that Squirrel Stampede from Grand Junction is based on a true historical thing.
Yeah, they've told me that there.
That's what they,
Yeah.
they told me. They were like, oh, you know, it's a real thing. And then they gave me the whole history of it. I was like, oh my God,
So
that's amazing.
my buddy and I used to go shoot out of the shooting range in Westfield, and we'd stop at Grand Junction on the way home every time because we lived in like this area actually, and we were out in Westfield. I'm like, Grand Junction in between, perfect.
Right.
So we drink and eat and have a great old time, and we got to know one of the bartenders real well, and she literally looked at us one day and was like, you know this beer, it's a real thing, right? We're like, yeah, the beer's a real thing. I'm fucking drinking it. 'Cause that's the way my brain
I
went.
didn't imagine this.
There's
Well,
the eraser.
that's the way my
This
brain
is all the
went.
Matrix.
And she goes, no, the Squirrel Stampede. And we're like, bull fucking shit. And she went into that story, and we legit just went, we'll take our tabs now. She's like, why? And we're like, because you fucking crazy. Like,
No, one of the two, not John, but the other one who's an owner, talked to me at Noblesville Brew Fest. And he was like, it's a real thing. We looked it up, and it was like apparently in the 1800s or something, you couldn't step outside without like stepping on squirrels in Hamilton County. And it was that bad. Like you'd step outside and you'd have to like kick squirrels out of the way. I don't know what the solution was. No, man.
They turned them into beer.
Made with real squirrel.
I mean, they went hunting.
Released some foxes or something, but that was an interesting little tidbit.
Who rates this one first?
It would be Brandon. Myself, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it is you. Yep. Sucks to suck.
I'm going to go 4.75. I mean, just try as I might and be like, big beer. It does. I've had very few wheat wines, but just like you said, it has that complexity of a barley wine, which I think is one of those like overrated, underrated beers. Like when they're made really well, they don't get the attention that they need.
You feel that?
I do feel that. Unless you're like a freaking booze hound who's
Do
just
you
like,
feel-
barley wine, 10%. I don't know. What the fuck?
Do you feel Tyler leering at you
I
right
do
now?
feel that way.
Shut your horn
I
off
feel
when you
like
talk about barley wines.
no. I said overrated, but
No,
underappreciated at the same time.
That's simply competing ideas.
No, they're not appreciated by craft beer drinkers at large. There's a select few people who overhype anything that's a barley wine.
Barley wine is life.
Well, there you go. See, you're part of the problem.
It's a macro.
Be part of the fucking solution, Tyler.
I am. Barley wine is life.
Our one collab, barley wine.
I know. I'm well aware. I know what your fucking collaboration was. I'm just saying that, like, there's certain circles that hype them, no matter if they're good or not, and there's other ones who are underappreciated. So this, I feel, was probably not appreciated at first, unless you're diehard barley wine people, when it first came out. And so, having it now, having the flavor, getting that
Did we
complexity,
score a reunion?
I enjoy it. Yeah. Did you have it written down, bud?
I don't.
He said a 4.75.
No, on
Oh.
Fields beer.
We didn't finish it.
Oh, yeah, we're so good at this. It's only been 3 years.
Did we never score that?
Aces!
I think he actually went first in that one.
No, he never scored.
No, we never scored.
Oh,
At
God.
Well, I still remember what I would have. So what would you score reunion?
Well,
What would Ryan score it?
I probably would say it's probably a 4 out of 5. Man, go 4.25, man. Because I'd seek it out. If I was looking for an IPA and wanted to crush something, I'd seek it out.
For those of you that don't realize, we'll have been doing this show for 3 years come January.
This might be the first time we just
Completely
Yeah,
drank
skip the
another
score.
beer.
yeah.
And especially one I enjoyed. Like, how the
Right.
fuck?
Sorry.
Dude, I would love to have seen Bob edit this.
Oh,
Fast forward. Fast forward.
All right, so you give it a 4 1/4.
I'd give it a 4 1/4.
All right,
Oh, God.
motherfucker. I'm gonna give it a 4. I really enjoyed it. But I needed just a hair more of the bitter, just a little bit more bubbles to really start bumping that score up for me. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
I was going to go 3.5.
Whoa.
No, 3.5. It's a good beer.
I'm giving you shit.
Yeah, but it's just, I wish it was a little more bubbly. It's fine.
So it should be a 4 still, right?
Breaking my heart, man. You really just you're tearing me up from the inside.
It's like that's the first beer I didn't give at least a 4.2.
By the way, I want to point out so far we've drank 5 beers. Well, 6. So we haven't scored this one technically yet. But 5 beers and nothing's been below a 4 so far.
Yeah, tell us over in the next beer. We got 2 beers to score.
Let's now, Tyler, why would you rate this beer?
Well, he gave it a 4.75.
Then I got a bunch of shitty looks from you
It's so
two.
damn funny. I can't believe. I was looking at the thing like, there's an empty space. Like that's literally what I was doing. I'm like, there's an empty space.
We
It's
done
not
fucked
supposed
up
to be an
somewhere.
empty space.
It's been one of those nights.
We know numbers.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think this. I want more apple.
Which beer
the
are we
apple
scoring
isn't
now?
there. The apple isn't there as much as I'd like, and neither's the cinnamon. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5, which still shows how fucking great this is when 2 of the 3 main flavors have dropped in 2 years, and yet it's still stupid good. 4.5.
I'll go with Brandon 475. I think it's fantastic. I know that maybe the cinnamon's dropped a little bit, which means it's just come down to my level. So
475 overall. Matt, what would you have given this?
I appreciate your critique that some of the flavors are dropped, but we also aged it for 2 years and it really leveled off a lot. And it's fucking still delicious.
It is.
I'm gonna go 475 on this. Like, buy that some bitch.
Which is
2
a
years.
great score from everybody. Like I just, for me, what's on the bottle wasn't technically all the way in it anymore.
I respect that.
So that's a big caveat for me.
And
I can't imagine Apple hanging around for very long.
Hey, we rinse it.
I was thinking a
can't either.
smidge apple and cinnamon there. Just it wasn't.
The big gulp is what I got out.
And that's why I think the cinnamon kind of tricks you into thinking there's like apple cinnamon, because you associate that flavor kind of together.
It wasn't your chalice.
Chalice.
It's like a chase. Do you drink your chalice on the chase lounge?
So we've had the wheat wine tonight. We've got a barley wine tonight. If only there was a rye wine. Oh, Two Beerded Guys. We've got one coming out soon.
We do. The rye wine will be out. Actually, it's probably almost ready, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that's what
we
Smo
talked to
said.
Smo on Saturday, and it's
And we're brewing the 10th again. We haven't brewed in a while.
Yep.
And actually, all three of the Two Beerded Guys will be there for once.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't gone since the first one we did as the Two Beerded Guys with Smo.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years.
Matt's missed the last couple.
Well, because John was scheduled. I'm like, all right, let's go this day. And didn't ask anybody.
This time, Smo actually tried to include us, and
He did.
It's weird.
So we
he
know
included us, and we're able to go.
So we know it's not John doing the schedule. It's having the not.
Oh, it's John's fault.
Yeah, that's
It's absolutely John's fault. Because when Smo was involved, Smo made sure we were involved. I'm just saying.
You can't please everybody.
And that's gonna be a hell of a day because I got that, and then I got a Christmas party.
I have 2 parties that day.
I'm gonna be a
I think we
train.
all have 2 parties that day.
I'm gonna be a train wreck that night.
That's Stephanie's, right?
Yeah, no, I have the brewing, Stephanie's, and another
We
party.
have 3.
You triple booked?
The brewing's not a party. That's just brewing.
That's work, man.
You haven't been.
I
to
drink
tax
more brewing
write-off.
than I do any other party.
Oh, I mean, I'll be drunk off my ass, but
Brewing kicks my ass.
hey,
Yeah.
I might be Matt by the end of I might be Matt Saturday by the end of that day.
Oh my god. Well, speaking
Speaking in sentences that are not coherent but
Matt-
also sound like they're intentional.
Matt did not
English
speak
words.
English at all Saturday night.
I blame.
That's Hops
the...
and Coaster Drops 2021 for me with Matt. That's the most I remember from him was he came up to me with the most intentional look in his face and he goes, he woke me up
Saturday night on the couch to literally try to tell me something just like that.
like that's literally my fondest memory of that event. Hops and Coaster Drops was and then the next weekend I see him in Loggers in Lawrence wearing one of my merch shirts and he goes, so I have a shirt. I don't know how I got it, but I bought one of your shirts. I use that as an example for people of when you're so far gone but also coherent at the same time. You're speaking full sentences that make sense to you, but it's not English coming out of your mouth.
That's rough being me.
Yeah, that first
It's
year,
hard living on fruited sours all the time. You're not used to the big boy beer.
that first year of Hops and Coaster Drops. Anyway, so we have our next beer.
Before we do,
fuck
I'm looking
you,
up the
bitch.
movie now. So there's an Adam Sandler movie where he's with the hotel and he's trying to save the hotel. Bedtime stories.
I was gonna say Hotel
yeah.
Transylvania.
No, bedtime story.
Bedtime stories. And there's a part where he talks gibberish because his tongue got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
That's Matt.
100%.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
How about that? Big
And the guy translates for him. And yeah. Oh. And then,
And that was before the festival even started. That was from camping the night before. Then Matt was just he walks up to my tent. I'm like, what is this? The fucking Sims in real life or something? He's like,
in all fairness, Matt and I drank till 4 o'clock the night before, and then woke up at 7:30 and started drinking.
It shows.
At 7:30, we started drinking again. So in all fairness to Matt, we'd had maybe
You
3
were
hours.
coherent though,
Well,
and you were speaking full sentences.
I'm like
as were you.
2.5 his size, so
This is true. He's got that supple sparkle farts.
And there's a
frame.
reason. Hey, my favorite beer is this
Athletic
style.
fit.
That was
Barley wine.
not a standard
see?
cut large.
All right, anyway, guys,
Not at all.
I'm pretty sure you gave me a medium with a large tag.
it's a schmeat.
Just medium for sure.
Hey, I love it when he put
You're
it on.
svelte.
Hey, when he put it on, that shit was like.
it was like second skin.
I used that picture in like a bunch of stuff too. And you were like, "What's the sparkle farts?" And I was like, "Well, it became a custom order shirt for Hots and Coaster Drops for like 3 people, and then from there it just grew and grew."
That is hilarious how quickly that grew. So our next beer is from Seattle Earth, Fremont Brewing Company, 13th anniversary barrel-aged golden barley wine, limited 2022 release. They do this every year for their anniversary, brewed in celebration of our 13th anniversary. They've been around since 2009. Damn.
That does
Congratulations
not
to
feel
them.
like 13 years ago.
That's got to be different than the barley wine they brew for every 1,000 brew.
It is. They have the...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
the
every
1,000
1,000 brew is a barley wine. And I know we drank the 5K.
Technically, their anniversary is not always a barley wine, but I think 3 of the last 4 have been. But
Yeah, because it's a golden barley
That's a
wine.
cool
Yeah.
way of doing it.
oh yeah, but no, they for every 1,000 brews they release a new barley wine,
That's cool.
like this specialty barley wine. Oh, it's fucking good. Exclusive blend of a barrel aged golden barley wine ale. The 13th anniversary is aged in 8 13-year-old Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. 8 to 13 years, sorry. In 8 to 13-year-old Heaven Hill bourbon barrels and is a blend of 5, 7, 18, 20, and 28-month-old barrel-aged barley wines.
Oh, wow.
That is fucking amazing.
That's a lot of numbers.
Too much math.
For
I came
anywhere,
here to
so
drink,
it's a blend
not
of
to
everything
do
from
math.
5 months to 2 years old.
All right.
Yeah, jackass.
So,
Vanilla,
what's the-
caramel.
Did I say the ABV?
No.
13.6. Big jump.
Wow.
Big jump. Actually, technically a downgrade from the last
Downgrade
one.
from
but
last.
The 2 have been a big jump compared to everything else.
all right. So what's Tyler is more the
Yes.
resident barley wine aficionado of the
Yes.
group here. The golden barley wine. What's
Not as dark a malt.
so okay? That works.
Yeah.
It's much more specific and
That's one of the
efficient
few
answer.
questions I can answer, be dead honest, and know I'm right.
As long as
Usually,
you keep a straight face,
Well,
he
you-
wouldn't have known.
well,
Oh,
usually,
no,
no, John's
Yeah, this time I'm like, oh, here you
John somewhat figured me out. I'm very good at a straight face, like bullshit. People will believe
just
what I'm
kinda-
saying. John's learned there's certain words I might use every once in a while when I'm maybe bullshitting that he starts looking at me, and I'll catch it on the corner of my eye and I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up." But like, not always. But I'm a very good bullshitter. But that no,
Sometimes
that
I
was,
just don't call him out.
that was legit. Like, I know this answer. It's easy.
And I was like, oh, okay, got it.
Now, all right. So in the golden, where does that factor in on the American versus English? Is that
Well,
like
this
a
is more a
third,
true
or-
barley wine. This is more towards that English style barley wine.
Okay.
The only difference is, again, it's just lighter malts, which is not a big deal. It's going to lower the complexity just a hair, it seems like.
Okay. So I was gonna introduce.
That's what I'm noticing.
I was gonna say
I'm
that
not
on
getting
my
all the
thoughts.
stone fruit sort of flavors, but I'm getting a lot of caramel, vanilla sort of.
Yeah.
Barrel characters.
Let's say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
barrel
You're,
Okay.
going
it
for the
seems to be
barrels.
pulling more of the barrel, less of that typical
Without
like,
the
stone
wood, though.
fruit.
So
It's a lot of the vanilla, a lot of the caramel.
John's missing the wood that he's been craving all episode.
He has been craving that wood today.
You know.
He wants the wood. Brandon wants the nuts.
Put them together.
We like what we like.
But no,
Hey, if you could just call Tyler an asshole, you got them all 3 right in a row.
I'm abrasive. Abrasive. Fucker.
They make you the, what is it, the perineum?
Perineum.
That's just Matt. He's not good enough for any of it.
No,
He's the
he's just a
in-between.
little
He's the dead zone between the erogenous zones.
Also known as the NAS. You know, right between your nuts and your ass.
Taint.
Matt is the taint. Matt's the taint of the group.
You know, someone's got to be the guy that holds everything together, and you know what's good thing I got broad shoulders.
And who tears during labor? So fragile that you tear during labor.
That does check out.
Oh my god, I fucking love it. This is great. By the way, if you can't tell, we're a little obsessed with coasters.
Are Are you talking about Coaster Mound over here?
Well, we have the mound of coasters. We have coasters out here.
The
Best
mound
part
of
is,
coasters.
all of these
As opposed
coasters
to
aren't
the
even
mound
out
of
here.
Venus.
Hey, all these coasters aren't even out here. John put most of them up.
Over there.
They're edgy. They look like they belong in the Hi-Fi down in Fountain Square.
Ooh.
There's a winery out in
Cali. But no, it cracks me up.
Smart.
It cracks me up that straight up. Like, we just collect coasters.
Which we need coaster business cards. He's thinking.
Yep, you got it.
We also still need to make our...
Pogs.
Spoiler!
I'm sorry, we were just supposed to share a knowing look.
Yes.
Like, we're supposed to make our... How are people supposed to know? That could be Pogs or it could be Love Child. I mean, come on.
Both. I'm so excited for that. That's going to be my favorite thing we ever do. It really is. We're going to sell more shirts to pay for that. But, it's fine.
At the rate you're going.
I can't wait for round 2. It's fine. What did we end up deciding on with that shirt earlier? I forgot to write it down.
Don't drink for there's germs.
Yes! There it is. Thank you.
Can we get Pogs, but it'd be fat ass white girl?
No. I don't know what this is, but no.
That's a
Oh,
pog.
oh, that kind of pog? No.
TPG Pogs.
No.
Damn it.
It's POG is the actual 1990s thing.
Not PAWG?
No.
No, definitely
That's a
different.
porn category.
Different categories, yeah.
Yes, there is. Yes, that is.
Pog.
That's what you put on a Tinder
The
dating
most unbelievable
profile.
thing about that whole conversation is John's playing dumb. Like, oh, it is?
I didn't know what Pog stood for. I've seen that word before. I'm like, what does that stand for? Because I know what dot is. I looked that up before.
Of course, yes. Anyway, this beer, very, very, there is a nice, like, hard alcohol taste, but it doesn't cover up the flavors. It's just, if you're a person who's a fan of a heavier, boozy beer, it makes sure that it lets you know it's there without being overpowering for those that may not be into as boozed to beers. Love the caramel, love the vanilla. Miss that dark fruit just a little bit, because I love the complexity that dark fruit always brings to a barley wine. But overall, I'm, for as light a colored barley wine as this really is, like, I'm a fan. This is,
I enjoy it.
the taste is fantastic. The ABV whore and Matt is enjoying a 13+%. Drinkability's high while also reminding you to slow down once in a while with that. Especially if we take too big a drink. Take a little bit too big a drink and you're like, oh, nope, the booze is there.
Yep.
Slow down, Charlie Brown.
That's why I felt it as it warmed on the way down. I was like, yep.
State champ in the house!
State champ.
/ most improved in the house!
Yes.
She the bat. Oh, we gotta put it on TV! We gotta put it on
Oh, she's
TV!
proud of this one.
My girl!
Yeah.
Dropped like 5 minutes this year in time. She
That
a
is
badass.
impressive.
She a badass. And a varsity letter because
Varsity,
she's,
varsity
just
award.
sophomore for a state champ
Very
team.
nice.
Was on the state roster. It's fine.
I gotta flash. You gotta have to flash that ring once it comes in.
Oh, when she brings that ring, we're flashing that shit on here. You know that, right?
Just don't put it on his finger; it'll get stuck.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
It might fit my pinky.
Pinky.
Actually, probably won't. It won't fit yours. Jesus.
I'm a size
Got some sausages
That
over
is
there?
a fat fucking pinky.
Yeah.
Mine's just crooked.
Better to brew with, my
What
dear.
the? Why is there that kind of curvature?
Almost all my fingers are that way.
No.
Yeah. Hey.
That you have bow-legged fingers.
I need to go see a physical therapist.
It's from certain things. It's fine. No.
Certain things.
yeah.
The follow-up to Netflix's Stranger Things is
Maybe you should head up.
certain things.
That definitely prompts an off-camera
Featuring
question
number
later.
11.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tyler,
love you,
write
sweetheart.
that down.
Congratulations.
Good job, Reggie.
Proud of you.
Back to this
Someone who's
beer.
actually, I like seeing the pride in that.
See,
Yeah.
I enjoy that we incorporate your children into the show because it furthers my goal of making craft beer not a taboo in this country.
I like it.
I like it.
That's our goal too.
Yeah, so-
Accidentally, but that's also now. It's our goal because his 11-year-old tries to steal beer. No.
Not yet. At some point, we'll have to have locks.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
My
put
daughter's
yeah.
all
damn
about she's 3, and so she's all about when I'm a grown-up, I can drink beer with daddy. And I'm like, yeah.
Kylie's like, I'm gonna be with Daddy tomorrow.
No, she can't.
John and I have actually talked about that. We're not long from having to like lock the taps down here, and maybe get a locked,
$22.99
get a locked
presentations.
case for
Yeah.
figure out this
ones,
table.
The winter coolers are really nice. They have a key that goes in them. WHYNTER. They're beer coolers. They have a little lock thing that goes in the bottom.
Well,
there.
see,
Ooh, you see what we could do is we could go to
know.
Cabela's. You can get some nuts. We can get a gun safe. Put
Just
all the
put all
stouts
the-
in
all the
there.
stouts go in the gun safe.
just throw dry ice in it. It's like it won't explode or anything.
No, hey, it's the stouts. We're good. That's,
Oh, we're
Yeah,
good.
that's basement temp right there, baby.
We were talking about, like, I know most of the beer down here. The one question mark, that table, I only know about half of what's still over there.
The beer
'Cause
table or the liquor
the
table?
big
People
table,
bring free beer for us.
it gets dropped off. There, it's
It sits
I
there.
see someone definitely dropped off a bunch of Coors Lights over there. They're like, will you review this on Two Beerded Guys?
we tend to like that is where beer goes to die sometimes,
Ooh,
and
but
so
we got a U-keg over here.
that hasn't been used in years.
I can tell from the tarnishing on the
Yeah.
handle.
Oh.
Tarnished hollow keg!
All right, we've gone so far off the rails anymore at this point. What
There
is
were rails.
our score of this beautiful beer? John, you are first. Brandon is the man, is what Myron Rickard just posted.
I love Myron. He's awesome.
I really enjoy
He's a
this. I'm
great
going to
dude.
go 475 on this.
That's what I'm going to. There's no debate.
I'm right
It's
there.
pretty
with you.
much right up there with
Yeah.
the Goose Island kind of.
It's a 4.75 across.
They
the
all
board.
have different
Matt, what would
merits.
you have given it?
Let me rinse and think.
I want to call out Smo real quick because he is evidently at least watching in the background or has it on in the background. Because he goes, "Hey, Brian, you good to brew on the 10th? John's broadcasting that date on his show."
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Did he forget to tell Brian?
Oh, well, he texted it in the group chat with Brian and I.
Uh,
Brian just never responded.
so he sued her. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
Smo, thanks so much. He also used to work for Sun King.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Everybody's got like a laundry list of resumes where they're like,
Yeah.
Sure.
But no, that's really funny. Smo, thanks for watching. Your IPA was really fucking
I will
good.
meet you one of these days.
We gotta get you guys in
We
the
do
same
have
room.
to, actually.
You will have a blast.
He's
What are you
not-
doing on the 10th?
He's not gonna love my science of my Nashville hot chicken beers, but hey,
Actually, probably will, to be honest.
He probably won't, to be honest.
No,
but-
he'll
it ain't gonna be clean.
Hey, he'll call him an idiot and disgusting, but you know he'll love it at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah,
if
come
you're
on
free
the
the 10th, join us.
I don't know what I have going on. I haven't looked at that. We haven't filled out the family calendar yet.
Well, maybe you put this on the calendar.
Never mind, though.
Yeah, put this on the calendar.
No, because we don't tend
I'll
to.
be in my space renovating is what I'll be doing.
Which is...
By the way, if you ever need help with
I
that,
was literally going to say...
hey, if you ever need help, let us know. We also have a lot of friends in the TBGU who are really handy motherfuckers.
There we go.
We
And
actually do.
yeah, we do. It's weird. And they will join us because they like craft beer.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
I guarantee Karen.
You're
can
really
help
bad
out.
at, like, accepting help sometimes.
I am.
Sometimes my ass.
All the time.
All the
Motherfucker
time,
was pouring
yeah.
sweat one day, and I'm like, "Hey, I'll pour for you." And he's like, "I got
Yeah,
this."
It's because I trained for that. That's my summer job.
Just let yourself be helped sometimes. And we haven't had a chance to talk about this, but number one rule of Flight Club is you got to talk about Flight Club.
Flight Club. So I because I did that was the like Flight Club. So everybody's got mug clubs, which we'll actually we'll have a mug club. You get 20-ounce pour for the same. Pretty much everybody has. But we're pretty much planning on doing like a flight club where you got either you can take it home or you can leave it at the tap room. Custom flight board with our logo and your name on it. That's one of the options on the Indiegogo.
Question for you.
Yes.
Will Mudhog fit on that?
Yeah.
Because I ordered one.
Yeah, it'll fit. I know.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah, so it'll fit. Basically, that's the plan for that. Is the first year. It's right now on Indiegogo. It's $150. That gets you the flight board, which I have to have someone else do, another artisan that I've hired do. You'll get the flight board. You can either take it home or you can leave it there. You'll get 50% off flights for year one.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then year two, it's like I think I don't know, finances and
5%
cost of
off
goods
year
and everything. No, I think it's gonna be like 25% off
No,
flights.
I want it to drop to like
On your-
5%. I think that'd just be funny.
10 cents off per flight glass.
You get $1 off your entire bill that day.
And so that's kind of the goal was first year one to
Benefits.
incentivize it for that. And some of my beers, to be fair, are better drank in small quantities. And so you're gonna if you're not into spicy stuff or you're not into weird shit, then you're not gonna want a strawberry jalapeno wheat ale, a whole pint. And there's some people who do that are my fans that I really appreciate because they're going to be the ones who show up and drink that. But there's some people that just want to try whatever's going on in a flight, and so that's what's cool.
Real talk, real quick, right?
Yep.
Obviously, going to these festivals, you're brewing all the odd crazy shit.
Yep.
What's going to be your core? Like, what are you going to do?
Well,
Do you know how to brew real beer?
we have. No, see, that's why
because that crazy shit is great in like for a festival event.
I tested that, and so that's why we have American Crust is an apple pie American lager.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That's super popular.
Wait, did you drink it sober or drunk?
He doesn't remember.
It was only no. That was at the place of the canoes down south.
Yeah.
The third biggest aquifer or whatever in the state, John. Brookville. Yeah.
So
That was I really enjoyed that.
that one was super popular in Brookville, super popular in Muncie. Blew the first keg to blow at that festival for me that day. So I think in terms of the people who aren't super into craft beer but are kind of like Busch. Busch has their like Busch Light Apple. So it kind of drinks.
Tyler's
craft beer to
Tyler's
Busch.
on Pornhub searching.
I was over here like trying to think of a craft brewery that made something called Busch. I was like,
No, Busch Light. They have their apple flavored.
I wish you could see the look on my face. I was
so-
just like,
I did.
Ours is a little more robust.
I'm watching the screen.
It's a little more robust. But honestly, if I was to sit and drink a pint of my beer, having known him from day one how it was made, with the yeast, the chunks, and the keg, and everything, like, that's one of them I would drink. So that, we have a pretty solid kind of like 3 or 4 different sours. Fuzzy Bum was our most. I've changed the name. It was Beach Bum, but Fuzzy Bum was a
I can just
Tipton.
imagine that label.
It was
Yeah,
a Tipton.
I thought you were changing the from
it's
Fuzzy
actually
Bum.
a picture of my ass.
It's just a
No,
furry
picture
in a
Matt's
thong.
ass.
That's Matt's ass.
It's a furry in a thong.
So Matt,
Yeah, and so
Matt, we're gonna need you to do some bottling.
we've got those.
The respect is why I keep coming back every week.
Those sours.
Are you
Are
gonna,
gonna be key.
deny?
Deny what?
he's a
Yeah,
great
there it
brony.
is.
Nutter Butts will probably be one of our standards, just because
That one is, yeah.
Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter. It sits really well with everybody. It's the beer that kind of made
A porter as a core beer? I love you.
it kind of made.
Can you make a red or a brown?
I have the Inishfall that we had at Newcastle on tap.
Because
It's a coffee,
if I
a
could go to
coffee
a place,
Irish red.
if I could go to a place that has a red,
It needed some time to mature a little
if I
bit
could
more
go
than
to a
what I
place
had.
that has a red
I'd
and
be
a
very interested
porter
in that.
on tap as their core, there's a good chance I move to that
How do you
place.
feel about coffee red?
Try the.
I've had one of my favorite.
Yeah.
The only beer I actually like from Mashcraft is
Jamaica
their
Joe.
coffee red.
Yeah, that is delicious.
Try the Highland Grog in the red
Okay.
from that is from Noble Tea and Coffee.
Oh yeah.
I love that coffee.
Okay, I'll have to try that because that's right now we use Dark Side Roasters. I use that mostly for Cosmic Bombshell, which is probably going to be another one. That's the one that's been super well received. It's a blue raspberry coffee blonde ale. It's the electric blue one with glitter.
Yeah.
Like that one's super popular. But then we
Looks
have
like you
the
had a
Irish
sexual
red.
encounter with a Smurf.
So basically, the plan is to, we've got, size limitations and electrical panel limitations, but also my own things. We're starting about 1 barrel. We're going to do 1 barrel and 2 barrel batches. So being able to split a double brew day or whatever into its different 1 barrel fermenters, we can make 1 batch of Mexican lager, 1 batch of apple pie lager.
was
Those
a
kinds of
noise
things
I've
I
never
think will
heard you
end up
make.
making the core is ultimately what I think will happen. The random Nashville hot chicken I hope never happens again, even though people are like, oh my god, you got to put that in the top.
I didn't
room."
actually try it. I heard it was good though.
Did you not try the hops and coaster drops?
No, you had a line the entire fucking time.
I did.
John and I wanted to.
If you would have let us pour for you,
that
we
was
would've
also
poured.
when we offered to help pour.
Well, okay. But
He's been
see,
training for that.
I felt like that festival in specific, I was like put in a certain spot because they knew I'd have a line, and so they put me like under the fucking roller coaster.
You mean where we
so
bullet
that
people?
There was
Yes.
a big ass line, and so I was like, well,
Yeah, so
maybe
you
I
need
should
help
just pull
to
my
get through
own
the
weight for
big-ass
this
line.
one.
Yeah, but 30 seconds of you getting to actually go around, grab somebody else's beer, and chill for a minute wouldn't have hurt you.
Oh, see, I had people bring me beers.
We sent Hop
I had
War.
to
Hey,
cut
we
my-
sent
my
Hop War to have fun. We sent Windmill to have fun.
I'm
You know
not
who we
there to
didn't
have
send
fun.
We didn't send Keller to have fun.
I'm not there to
That's on
have
us.
fun. I'm there to work.
No,
boy.
that's on you. Yeah,
That's
no.
my disability. When I'm in that session, I'm workaholic. That's my
That's
problem.
true. Oh,
I'm not sure exactly what's count,
But
I
I
actually don't
also-
know how to accept help.
Well, but I also feel like that's the place where I meet the people who are going to make the tap room a success.
Fair.
And so that's why
God damn, that's a good answer.
a lot
But
of
also
people get so like, I see so many people, and I know that they've worked hard for 10 to 20 years, but these dudes that are like entrenched in the Indianapolis beer culture fucking hate it. They hate festivals. They don't want to show up to events. They do it for marketing. And like, I don't ever want to get to that point. There's days where I feel that way, but it's like, I love meeting people. Like Myron that commented on our stuff here tonight. Myron, I've printed shirts for him and his company later on. Like, I've interacted with him on a personal level. Like him and getting Cody before he was a science project. Apparently he'd messaged me and I kind of ignored him. So like,
So you really didn't meet him.
I ghosted him accidentally.
We've done that to a couple people on accident. They've
And
called us out before.
So that's where I've met these
Yeah.
people that have made the ability for me to take this gamble on a 900 square foot tap room. Like
Is that a gamble?
it is a gamble. I mean, size wise, like I think I can probably fit 30 people in there max. But
I'd be impressed with that.
that's what I'm going to be impressed if I can fit 30 people.
Not 30 people, John and I, your size.
No, not at all. That's like 10. But those are the people that
But wait
I've
till phase
met
2 when
in-
Thanos shows up.
Y'all, phase 2, we got some plans. And so the plan
that was phase
basically
three.
Yeah,
is to kind of expand, grow into that area, either build on that property or get a property adjacent and kind of expand rapidly, more or less once cash flow gets out
Well,
of the
and
way.
it makes sense. The way you've set it up, again, it's the ideal type of place. It's a city that wants you.
and it's decent overhead. Like we're starting this pretty much at about
I assumed
50
in Elwood,
grand.
I assumed in Elwood the price wouldn't be awful.
No, and it was the building itself. I don't think for a lot of people. I had 2 years of professional interior design experience.
Yeah.
I've renovated houses. From the outside I was not
See it a
super
little
sold
different.
on it. And then when we looked at it on Halloween, my wife and I and Maisie walked in and looked at it, and I was like, I see entirely where this works. Like I see
That's
a
exciting.
5 tap room space. I see the indoor outdoor.
If anybody could make a place like the shape of Fives work,
right.
I feel like you could
Yeah.
make almost anything work.
Yeah.
And like I know Mike and stuff from there,
Yeah.
and they've for a while there they really wanted me to
Great
get
people,
going.
but it is a awkward sort of spot.
yeah,
It's cozy.
and that's kind of the world
That
we
works
live
best
in.
in the
Shit, you start distroing, they'll buy from you in a heartbeat. They fucking love you.
Well, and I've appreciated that kind of support from those local tap rooms.
They fucking
Dan
love
at Creatures of Habit has been huge.
Yep.
Jason at PAX, those two guys have been
you. Dan at Creatures and Habits,
Big
brought you up.
brothers.
They've talked about you to me at events.
well. Dan and I've printed shirts for them and stuff, and like for the last year we kind of have gone back. So I've really appreciated those big brother kind of moments with those guys. You know, like it was a different world when we were running the bar and everything and buying from people and stuff. But being in the thick of it and in the muck with everybody has been really, really awesome for these past 2 months that we've kind of had a direction. So I'm grateful for that.
And now with the direction, it makes it. People are now able to not only be like, oh yeah, this brewery I really like. You can't buy their shit anywhere other than their clothes. To now all of a sudden be like, oh no, you know that brewery I've been fucking telling you about?
Well, and that's the people who've messaged me about buying Sparkle Farts. They're just like, where do we buy this in Noblesville? And I'm like, nah.
Alright, so our last beer of the night
Great
is
question.
Martin House Brewing's Monolith Whiskey Barrel Aged Imperial Stout at 13% ABV, 100% unblended. Monolith
something weird to bring.
Monolith marks our journey into creating our thickest stout yet. Think motor oil. Aged 4 months in whiskey barrels. This was brewed on September 30th of 2021. We've been holding on to it mostly because we forgot it was up there. I literally was redoing the shelf behind us today, Brandon. I was like trying to make that look less cluttered. It looks decent today. And I picked up one of the Martin House boxes thinking, because they're all supposed to be empty that are up there. This one had both cans still in it. And I was like, oh, we're drinking one of these today.
Interesting choice to go can on the Russian Imperial.
No,
Martin House always does
but
a
they
double
packs it
can
too.
per their box,
Oh, that's right. That's Martin House, the
Yeah.
pickle and the buffalo.
which
Guys.
it seems like a weird thing
My
thinking about
can.
it, but you're getting the better
Texas
buy. We
can.
did the math. Like because you're getting 24 ounces of this compared to like a 22 ounce bar at comparable prices. It just seems weird.
Central State used to do
about
that with their stouts. R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
So you can always tell when Tyler's getting some fun text messages because he angles his phone ever so delicately away from everyone else at the
There
table.
was no
You guys
fun,
weren't
unfortunately.
super impressed with that? Like with Martin House before?
There wasn't any fun this time.
Martin House, I feel, is like another one of those like highs and lows. Like there's not a lot of middle ground. It's either, man, it's really good, or you're like,
I'm
it's
not
very
mad about
average.
this at all.
Martin House is one of those where, like, on the one hand, it's 100% one of my seek-out beers, because when there's a specific beer that's available to buy, I buy.
Right.
The pickle beer. He buys the pickle beer.
Yeah, how was the spicy one, right? You got
Oh,
the
yeah.
spicy one?
I've got, well, a whole bunch
We're going to have it next week. I think.
Are we?
Yeah. We were supposed to do it this week, but I forgot to put one in the fridge.
Throw it in Nicole's face.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be.
But then some of this other stuff is like,
Sadness.
it's all right. It's all right.
Like, yeah, like, if I just wanted to crush a Russian Imperial, or an Imperial, I would just drink this.
It's crushable.
Like, it's a can, you pour
But
it
my
out.
thing is,
It's not a 22-ounce
hey,
commitment.
Russian shouldn't be this easily drank, I think. I don't know, it's weird.
I do get that. I get blueberry, and maybe that's astringency. I don't know, but on
A
the
little
very
bit of
tail end,
tanninish. No, it's not tanninish, though.
Oh, hold on.
Hold up.
Hold on.
No.
I think I see a Cincy Rye saying, did I miss Brandon's shit on my beer?
yeah, bro, dude, you don't even know, man. Got my goatee going. Got my food cooking.
What up, Ryan?
Buddy.
Just so you know, bud, and because it's happy to say it out loud, you got a Two Beerded Guys score of a 4.
Yeah.
So you're seek-outable on the
Very,
reunion.
very delicious.
Twas well received.
The reunion was well received. Even Matt enjoyed it a little bit.
I wanted a little more bubbly in it. Other than that, excellent
Basically,
flavor.
John's a bitch. But
You effervescent whore.
hey, we did make fun of you a little bit. By we, I mean this one.
Yeah, man. Why you don't talk to me no more? I miss you, boo.
Oh, that makes my day.
We had a good thing going.
I don't have a no, I do have a preview button.
There it is.
Oh.
And Cincy Rye says, Tanner's Hollow Love, baby.
Yes.
Over the top like a switch. I don't even know what that means.
That's all my beers be over the top.
Like a switch?
I don't know, man.
It must be a Cincy slang.
I got some doozies, though, that are planned for launch, so hey, you know.
So I'm going
we
to come
over
the
the top.
second week you're open.
I've already planned a 1 week grand opening. Like, due to the amount of people that will show up.
I'm coming week 2.
To your 30-person
We
capacity.
will feel this place for you.
I don't think that'll be a
I'm
problem.
already worried about that.
There's 30 people.
I know.
Yeah, it's like 30.
And
but
we take up 5.
if I have time and we have the ability, the backyard is just going to be just bomb ass. Like yard games and stuff out. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, shit. I'm let down. Ryan's like, no, the arm wrestling movie with Stallone over the top.
Oh,
We
shit.
missed that
We
one.
both missed that.
God.
We both missed that. That's a good one.
Well, the
too.
like a switch is what got me.
on
Like
there.
that, but now, yeah, over the
That's
top.
a fun
like
one.
Boom. Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna steal that if I thought anyone would get it. Shit.
It's drinkable.
Yeah.
It is thicker than anything they've done. That's not that impressive a statement.
Yeah, I don't know, it's like that, like totably thick.
No.
Beautiful label, like they always do.
Well, yeah, that's half the reason we buy them, because we love the boxes in the background.
Behind the rainbow fist. I'll let you know when you've gone too far. You can put that together, Brandon.
When the
Doesn't
star
matter.
when the star gets there, you've gone too far.
It's your warning sign.
I see what we were doing.
If you feel the star, you've gone too far.
Brandon's like, I instantly regret this night.
Not at all.
Somewhat
That's even
creamy.
better.
Somewhat creamy mouthfeel.
Some
But also kind of a thin feel.
barrel.
It's thick, thin. It's like slim
It's not
thick.
super blended well.
That's
Well,
what
it's
I thought.
unblended.
I
Well, yeah.
It says that on the can.
So it
Proudly
says.
unblended.
Proudly
So
blended.
it's on the
But that
can,
doesn't
it's
mean
in the
flavors
can.
can't blend.
100%.
Just like my secret family.
100%.
But it doesn't mean the flavors can't blend.
Well, yeah, because
I know.
I did get a very distinct, almost what you described, tannin kind of flavor with the blueberry. It's something about like the blueberry.
that dry, that
Flavor.
skin. The
Yeah.
skin.
And then it's a little thin and oily, but not in like the normal imperial style.
Yeah, it's
way.
definitely a little viscous.
It's like it lingers,
Uh-huh.
but it's not like, oh, it lingers. I'm full. Like this is a hefty beer. It was kind of just, yeah. That was a strong stout we threw in a barrel.
Yeah.
It's kind of
That's
that's how I feel about Guinness's like base bourbon barrel aged beer.
It's 13%.
Their annual
Guinness
ones are
has a
super
bourbon
interesting.
barrel aged beer.
Every year, look for it at Meyer. Every year, they
Just
put
the
out a
fancy ones.
4-pack. Last year was gingerbread. Or no, last year was mint chocolate.
Ooh.
Bourbon barrel aged stout. The year before was gingerbread. And the year before that was just
Damn, I want the mint
Willet
chocolate.
rye. Willetized rye. And it was
I
phenomenal.
learned that I'm not that big of a Willet fan on Saturday, so I can kind of scratch that one off and not feel
It
so
was
bad.
phenomenal. The mint
Well, now I
chocolate
feel like
one
an
was
ass.
great. I had that and
It
Teddy
was
Bear
phenomenal.
Kisses. Or Polar Bear Kisses from Upland beside each other.
Oh, yeah.
I had them one day after the other, and the Guinness one it's phenomenal. They're made in their Open Gate Brewery in Baltimore.
Kentucky bourbon barrel. The
Peppermint porter.
that peppermint porter they did last year.
I still have a bottle of it.
Fucked. We had it on the show. And
Do
we're
you
like,
hang it on the tree
this
or what?
is just gonna be okay. We poured it. We all just kind of did the like.
This shouldn't be this
Some
Some of
good.
the stuff that they churn out from there.
Some of
is
the random
interesting.
like one-off or
It
like
doesn't make any
seasonals,
sense.
they'll like make it. And you're like, this is gonna be mediocre at best.
Just like the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you drink it, and you're like, no, this beer fucks. And that peppermint porter fucked.
It's phenomenal, yeah. I bought a bottle of it because I was down at Party Pack then, and they happened to have a fresh shipment of it.
I
And
remember, I brought it because I
There was
did
something
Total
fresh
Wine.
at Party Pack?
Right.
Yeah, fresh by there.
Hey, I got a 2-year-old Narwhal bourbon barrel aged.
I bet that would have been good, actually. We might have that over there.
No, we drank
It-
it.
we
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 finally
did drink
drank
one.
it.
I
Yeah.
drank it as I was getting
I was a
sick like, a
3-year-old
year and a
Narwhal.
half ago, and it upset me because it was so good.
It was we had a
And I should
3-year-old.
have appreciated it more.
We had
than
a
it
3-year-old
was.
narwhal that we got from actually some.
Was that part of a
random
gift pack? A
dude-
holiday
so
gift pack
it
from
was-
Myers?
No, it was the one I got from the dude on Indie Craft Brew.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
He
yeah.
randomly went, "Hey, I'm purging some beer. If anybody comments, I'll give them some." And I just went, "Sure." He goes, "Stop by my house. He messaged me. He's like, "Stop by my house. Here's the thing. I'll give you a 6-pack." And I'm like, "Well, I'm
Is that
either
a
getting beer.
six-pack of Narwhal.
Well, I'm either getting beer or I'm getting murdered."
So it's worth the risk.
And where he
Yeah,
lives was like on the fringe of the ghetto
I've
too.
done
And
that
I'm like,
before.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Not,
murdered.
not
or
like
I'm
it's
getting
on Bill
beer.
Davis is the first
So I
time.
stopped by and straight up dude's like, "Yeah, man, like my wife's been telling me that I have too much shit in my cellar. Here's a mixer sixer," and one was like at that time a 2-year-old narwhal, and then we finally drank it like a year later. But we got that. We got all sorts of really good like aged shit. I
I
was
thought
like,
that was legit.
I literally just looked at him like, "Thank you." He's like, "Yeah, man, no problem." It's like the wife keeps telling
As
me
you
I have
walk
too much.
away, get.
Oh no, I had mine in my pocket too. Like, you think I walked up to this house unarmed? No.
No, I'd walk up with my honey roasted nuts and my AR-15.
My third.
Nobody taking me.
My 38 was in my pocket. I walked up with my hand like in my pocket, and he's like, "Man, I got you," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, brother?" Like, hands me the beer. I'm like, "This is fucking great." He's like showing me the shit, and I'm like, "Dude, like, are you sure?" Like, I even asked him. He's like, "Yeah, I
Is
got
this
another one."
Christmas?
He's like, "I got another narwhal in the house." He's like, "I got another one of that one." He goes, "Those I've drank enough of that like they're really good, but like."
The can was the best choice they did for the bourbon barrel age, I think. Not to go on a Sierra Nevada sidetrack. But
Oh.
the cans of the bourbon barrel aged Narwhal.
I get like
The artwork is
macro.
legit, and then the beer itself is pretty good.
But yeah, no, it was funny as shit. Like, it was one of those moments where I sent them to get murdered to a friend's place, now a friend's place, but the first time we met them, it was just random
The
people.
first time
online.
John and I met them, not
Yeah.
we.
I sent them to get murdered and I stayed home.
I went up to a bunker in the Cascade Mountains. Hi. In the Cascade Mountains.
And then, this time it was me. I was like, I'll go pick up beer in the ghetto.
Hi.
It's fine. But anyway, this is our last beer to score.
Yeah.
So, it's the 8th one, which means it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Shit, it's my turn to score. Oh, no, it's yours. Well, I can't count.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
yours.
that'd be 9.
Mine?
I'm 9, duh.
I don't know,
Math
man.
hard.
Like, I'd probably just give like a 3.75. That's a little above average. and I've had some pretty bad bourbon barrel aged stuff.
So
There's nothing about it though that really stands out. Like during my like bar days when I was like crushing lagers and pilsners like on a shift, and I was like, I want a fattening beer. I drink one of these really fast because it's like, oh, that tastes like dessert.
Oh, you could down that.
But yeah, and that's the thing. But like in terms of truly appreciating the like everything that's gone into it, I don't feel like there was a lot of thought put into it. I feel like it was like, here's a barrel, here you go, proudly unblended, and then that's it. Like that's.
Honestly, I think you're being generous. I think this is a below average beer to me. I think most everything that's on the can is not in the can. I'm not impressed. They're like, oh, it's as thick as motor oil. It's actually kind of a...
Aged 4 months, too.
Yeah.
The 4 months.
There was no reason to put it in a barrel for only 4 months.
No.
I'm honestly going to give it a 2.75. I think it's a little below average. I think it's meh.
See, I think it is just perfectly average. I'm going to give it a 3. Yeah, there's nothing that stands out about it. I don't think it's bad. There's a 3 1/4 average.
Damn, I'm good.
So, yeah.
What's crazy is this was a 2022 release. So it was brewed last year, but released this year.
Yeah, we legit forgot that we had it. It was from early this year.
I love
too.
the artwork. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, their
They
artwork
do
on their
great
can,
artwork.
when they do their like double box releases, the artwork is
Typically
always
solid, yeah.
it's always sexy. But the problem is, I think they put more money into the artwork than the beer itself,
marketing.
which is why they
Cheaper to
sell
write
out
it
of
off.
everything. Hey, that's why they sell out of everything.
Right.
But and they get to write it all off in taxes, which is great. But at the same time, it's gotten to the point where we've seen 2 or 3 Martin House releases recently, not pickle beer related, on Tavor that we're now passing by.
Yeah.
Like I'm not opening a crate for.
Yeah, they were originally like we're gonna check them out 9 times out of 9, and
Yeah.
now we're like meh.
I'm not opening a crate for a man beer.
Right.
Now pickle
That's the
shit,
thing.
yeah, we'll open up for pickle shit, but
Yeah, I have.
Well,
or
that's right, it's kinda-
Senor Rhino and Rhino Soup from Hillsong.
Yeah,
That might have got opened up today.
That happened.
Oh, by the way, if it's still available and you have a Tavor account, hop on right now. There's a holiday bundle, the Senor Rhino and Rhino Soup from Ale Song.
Some of the best beer we've ever had.
2 of the first 5s we ever gave.
Yeah.
And we drank them on the same
Both of them.
fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're that good.
I don't have that.
$15 shipping. And then
then
whatever
flat
you
rate.
cost the beer.
Really?
Oh,
You
dude,
just
it's,
do it whenever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get 2 beers or 150 beers. We know.
Yeah, I can
$15
attest.
flat rate shipping.
I've never done it, so it's a good plug for Tavor.
but if you're going to do it, before you order your first, let us know and we'll give you Matt's code.
Okay.
Because you'll get a discount and Matt will get a discount. Cool. Matt buys more of our beer than we do, so.
I cleared out the beer fridge of a bunch of like old bottles that were like on sale and stuff that I was like, I'm never drinking this again. So,
we go in there. We
don't
go in
drain
there.
pour. There's sober kids in Africa.
So you had the
But-
Mixture Sixer, the
You
freebie,
do
right?
realize that's going to be the next label you need to make, right?
I don't know. I got a great idea for the hard dick and cider.
No, that's
No, it's Dickens Hard
You can
Cider.
sell
This-
that one to Bob and Tom.
Hey, this
No, we
Dick
made
and
that up.
cider.
is something that we'll be able to pre-order the shit out of and pay for the next like 3 shirts. Like,
As long as your people are cool with like the edgy humor, you'll be set. So
have you seen our show?
Yeah, I mean,
I've been on it.
yeah, you've been here the last 2 hours.
Where's my jacket? Isn't this like SNL? I'm supposed to get like a fucking green
No,
master's coat.
if Pete hasn't gotten one
Yeah.
yet, you don't get shit.
Pete is the Steve Martin of Two Bearded Guys. Like,
Until Pete starts getting like shit like that, ain't nobody else getting shit. Mostly because if he saw us give someone
I'll
else
just
something,
print myself one then.
there you go.
Let's spray paint him a stencil.
on the
How
back
shit
it
would that be,
says
though,
Two
if-
Bearded Guys, it's just a green jacket.
Yeah.
How
I'm
should
gonna
we
get a
had
green
Brian make the coat for Pete?
I hate all of you.
Like, hey, Brandon, we got this good idea. We need this master style jacket for the show. Oh, is it for me? No, it's for somebody else.
Just you wait.
As Brandon goes, and when I make it for you, who do you think's getting the prototype?
Yeah. With spray paint, it's gonna look real punk as fuck. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna cut the sleeves off.
God, someone call that rad.
Oh.
Why'd you have to ruin it? Why'd you have to ruin it?
I don't think I did.
Why'd you have to ruin
I
it?
don't think I did.
You did for me.
I'm still friends with the guy.
That was having on the show.
I do.
That's a terrible,
I haven't actually
terrible
decided
idea.
yet, but like I do.
I was looking forward to seeing him show up Saturday to see how
I was
that
kind of
went.
hoping he would have.
And then I'll be like, Tyler, this is why we shouldn't have him on the show.
No, we get along in public very well.
But this isn't public. This is John's basement.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Saturday wouldn't have shown anything. Cause
Yeah.
that and it's Pete's house, so there was no way in hell I was going to, like, be an ass to Pete. Well, I'm an ass to Pete, but not
That's it.
Setting plays a big important part.
He's the most loyal friend in the world. You don't fuck with his friends. It's that simple. Anyway, guys, this has been a fucking stupid good night. It is time for Beer of the Night. Matt, what do you got?
Oh, I had it.
Oh, technically, what would you have scored that?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. What's your Beer of the Night?
I need some refresher here because we had a lot of bangers.
So we had the Dab, we had Temptation, we had Pony Boat Rides, we had Reunion, Repercussions, Carmela Ale, the 13th anniversary barley wine, and Monolith.
It's not the one that I think I was going to go for, but I'm going to go with Pony Boat Rides. Like, that thing surprised the shit out of me.
Damn, going with an IPA.
Yeah, from Sun King.
Dude, we're turning him.
Now that's two things. Like IPAs and Sun King
He's
normally
on a
are
fucking
not
roll.
stuff that I'm like the big fan of. I could go with the Bourbon County, but that's just such a weird thing.
Also, Pony Boat Ride is such a great name.
I did really.
And,
yeah.
dude, that was just an
Shocker, you
interesting
picked the
original
ultimate
beer.
pony.
See, we only
Yeah.
need to convince Cody, since he's watching, to name our collaboration Santa's Rosy Cheeks Cake.
I endorse this.
He said that's a lot going
I love
on
how
when
it
I
has a
texted him.
pirate hat.
Right?
And I said, oh, so I guess you don't like taking Mrs. Claus to Pound Cake Town and Rudolph's Red Light District?
Oh my god!
Either?
That was so much better.
I hate you. I hate you. I love it.
And also,
hate you
can we
at the
do a
same time.
Squirt Boats beer?
Oh, squirt boats.
With tastes like squirts?
Super Soaker.
Oh.
No,
maybe it
I
doesn't-
want Squirt Boat beer, and I want it to taste like the guy
like an actual squirt.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the
Wait.
Checks
one
out.
that's like
Make it a
ski soda
Gosa.
kinda?
Make it a Gosa.
No,
Lemon lime.
Squirt's a little more tart, while Ski has more orange.
Yeah. Squirt's the Southern Mountain Dew or kind of ish.
It's like
Whoa,
Sprite
whoa,
and Mountain
whoa.
Dew had a baby.
Yeah, there we go.
While
Oh, yeah, the yellow label.
yeah,
Yeah.
while
Write
Ski
that down,
has
too.
orange. I already did.
Write that down, okay.
We can make one.
That'd be fun. All right, make that a collab shirt.
Two Beerded Guys, Squirt.
Yeah, we have to time that out for
That's got to be for
Hops and
Hops
Coasters
Coasters
drops.
next year.
Oh,
Squirt
yeah.
boat. Yeah.
Boats.
Squirt Boat Ride, beer
Next year.
for when there's the Squirt Boat.
Shirt and beer.
Oh, yeah,
Squirt
that's a
Boat,
thing.
yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I wrote it down. But
Is it a Goza or is it a seltzer?
I'd say Gosa. That tartness.
Yeah, because my lemon limes margarita seltzer was pretty popular. But, like, it really did just taste like a soda. So, like, if you could throw that in with this Goza with some little bit of salt.
A
And,
little bit of tartness.
yeah.
All right, anyway, so Beer of the Night, John,
A lot of great beers.
because we clearly went off the
But
rails
the
again.
one that stood out to me
Us.
was absolutely the Russian River, the Temptation. That was fucking good.
Temptation fucked,
Yep.
for sure.
That's mine too. That was the sour, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, fucking Repercussions.
That was pretty good.
The barrel-aged fucking Hellas Lager.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not mad
oh,
at any of this tonight.
that shit was phenomenal. Not only was it one of my tied for my highest scored beer, it was also just, it fucked. It was good.
It was really good. That's why I'd started last year researching barrel aging lighter beers, lagers, and pilsners, and the ability that it has to just completely change the beer, but in a different way than dark beers was super
Yeah.
cool to.
Hell of a
Taste
fun
that.
night. As you can tell, we always enjoy when Brandon's around. We're so excited for him to finally open his brick and mortar because, frankly,
It's
like,
overdue.
I've never had a reason to go to Elwood other than sports in my entire life. I plan on spending a lot more time in Elwood once that's
25
open.
minutes up the road.
Like, I am stupid excited. It's going to be a damn good time. His beer is always on point. His merch is even better. Plus, you know, any guy who's willing to be like, hey, we need these shirts in like a week and a half. Can you,
He's like, yeah, I think
Can you
I
do
can.
that? Can you design it, print it, and make it all in a week?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
and 3 days later, hey, your shirts are almost ready. The fuck?
That's how I work my magic.
I was impressed. Next time we'll give you more room to give us a design. We'll do pre-sales. We'll do shit like that before he even has
And
to
look
worry
at
about
that soon,
printing.
because I assume we're going to talk about the next shirt tonight. So.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what next shirt? You mean drain pours are for sober? Drain pour?
Don't drain.
Hard
pour.
Dick Insider?
There's poor kids in Africa. No, there are poor sober kids in Africa.
That's a good one. That's a good one. My heart was set on Hard Dick Insider, but that's
Dickens
good.
Hard Cider, John.
It's not. It is not Dickens Hard Cider. That makes no fucking sense.
Well, no, because it's
whatsoever.
a circle logo, so it's Dickens, and it's like hard. You know? Yes.
No, it's a hard
Yeah,
dick.
All right, guys. Hey, and on that point, we're going to take off on TBG_X today, Junior. He's
Fuck
Mudhog
you, Matt.
Me and Q. We have.
Brandon Holder from Tarnished Hollow.
Check out his Indiegogo and help Tarnished Hollow part dude when you're
I
looking
was
it
really
up.
going to try to get him 10K tonight, but we. It's fine.
That's okay.
But
It takes some time. There's
we're
some
gonna
really,
tell
it's
us
Facebook's
something,
fault.
but-
Facebook shit the bed. That's why we couldn't do it.
Yeah, without Facebook, that was the problem.
That's fair.
Behind the
I
camera,
blame
the
Bill.
one,
We would have got you there.
the one, the
blame
only. He
Zuckerberg.
finally has some facial hair.
I'll scream that.
Later, y'all.